Hello everybody and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. My name is Barry and I will be your dungeon master for this session. I'm joined by three amazing and lovely people. Please introduce yourselves.
You're muted. Wait, what'd you say?
Dang, we were doing so good.
Oh, okay, God, I thought that was on my end for a second. Okay, it's all good. Hi. All right.
Take two.
Hi there. My name is Drunkrat. I am playing John Varenthal, the Paladin, the Oath of Midnight Paladin, Hexblade Warlock.
And I'm Marissa. I play Kasariel, the ASMR Twilight Cleric that speaks Abyssal.
Interesting. And this is Anne, who is playing our lovely bard.
Anne is working. And like I saw a little green line.
College of
Yes,
Spirits bard, Carla
Lovely.
Lilac Heart.
Perfect.
It's probably not the same quality, but we're here. Hi, guys.
It works.
It happens. Technical difficulties are our specialty.
It's not the same without one in every stream.
Yeah, like, you know, like it's what was the thing again that we say on Twitch? Like you're not a good streamer if you don't do
pro
technical
streamer.
difficulties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's see. And speaking about that, if we're speaking about that, we are currently live on Twitch. If you're live with us, then hello, good to see you. Let yourself be heard in chat and do join our Discord, because during our break you can chat with us live. We'll drop down into our follower channel and you can chat with us live while we're having our drinks and just a little pause. If you are not live with us, then that is fine. You can also follow us on YouTube and you can listen to us on the go through our podcast. Look at thegildedflask.com for a comprehensive list of all of our socials. We also have Instagram and stuff, so follow us there too. It's cool. Yeah, other than that, we got a story to tell you, so let's head into the tale.
Tell me, do you like ghost stories? I've been investigating people vanishing mysteriously into the night, never to return. It looks like I've found out where they've been.
Good evening.
I don't like this place. The air feels heavier.
Did you hear that?
What do you mean he's watching?
In this place, nothing is what it seems.
We come from an ancient land.
There's no time for this. What are you looking for?
This place has taken my father and my mother. It will not have me.
We gotta move, now.
Oh, I do love a good mystery.
Barovia is mine, and so are you.
Uh, 45th time I'm going to say it, I think. What an amazing intro. Oh my god, such a wonderful intro. It's like you're looking at a actual series, right? I love it. And it's made by our very own Marissa. You've done something.
Almost like it's professional or something.
Right?
Hey, hey.
After The Curse of Strahd, we're going to be playing another amazing story, and Marissa and I are currently working on the intro for that. So if you like this intro, you just wait until what we have in store for you in the next one. But that is later. We're going to be playing some Curse of Strahd right now, and boy, do we have a story, because wow, you left off in a crazy place last time. To do a quick recap, last time you did a long rest at an altar in the swamp of Berez. And when you had your long rest and you removed your tiny hut, you were surrounded by these weird frog people that try to accost you. But I mean, you guys are level what? 14 right now or 13?
I think
you guys
11?
are pretty. 11?
Yeah.
Feels like you're 14. You guys did so
You should have been like,
amazingly well.
yes, 14. Final answer.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
We'll just need 1 second to update our character
Yeah.
sheets, but 14
Damn,
sounds good.
you're right.
Hey, it
Dang it,
felt
you
like it.
honest mofos. Sorry to interrupt you.
You made short work of the bullywugs, the frog people, and subsequently you were you thought that was it. You played around with the altar a little bit, and lo and behold, the swamp witch came to you with her moving house, which packed a few punches, and then the Baba Lysaga herself, the amazing witch, showed herself. You got into a fight, but ultimately you were able to cleanse her through the magic of the altar. And the Baba Lysaga turned back into what she originally was, the Water Fae. And the Water Fae told you that she was happy to be finally liberated, gave you an extra bit of power on your Fae staff, and had a short, private conversation with Carla, told her something important. After that, you guys decided that you wanted to go to the castle because Strahd had promised a meeting. Strahd had promised a carriage to bring you there. And sure enough, when you exited the swamp, which was no longer hostile to you, there was a carriage waiting. No driver, just horses. The doors opened, and they took you all the way to Castle Ravenloft. You entered and were ushered to the throne room on the first floor, or the second floor, depending on where you live. And when you came there, you had a good talk with Strahd. And Strahd had something to share with Casario, which he did in private. So, unfortunately, John was not a part of both of those conversations, I now realize.
Nobody
Wow, you've
tells
been
me
left out,
nothing.
I need to make something for you as well, so you don't feel left out.
I'm fine. I would just tell them. So.
Oh. He had a special moment.
That's true. That's
We
true.
all know
I've
what
had
special
plenty of
moment.
special moments.
I mean, he's only fathered a new generation of an entire, like, what would that be called?
Mountain folk.
People? Mountain
Generation.
folk. Yeah. There you go.
Hill folk.
Oh.
The hills have eyes.
and that's henceforth how we got the name the Johnsons. Yes.
They're really big, really strong, but not very smart.
They're all pretty girls.
Very pretty.
Whole host of pretty girls.
Okay. After the talk with Strahd, he said that you were free to explore his castle. He didn't have anything to hide, and he evaporated. And you were standing in the throne room and heard something coming from one of the doors to the side. John stepped through the door, and that is where we left off last week. So are you guys ready to explore the castle today? Because, oh my god, these maps are so pretty!
Yes.
I'm so looking forward to this.
Sounds like something we're
For
gonna
those of
do.
you that don't know, I say it, I think more than well, I see it a lot, but these maps are all made by DM Andy, and oh my god, does he do a wonderful job at creating an atmosphere.
He is incredible.
He is. All right, so here we are at the castle. You guys are still standing in the throne room. John, you were just walking to the door on the side. And as you were walking through this door, you heard someone saying, "It must be here. I must find it. Someone is stealing it. Perhaps it is one of the..." You walk through the door, I imagine?
When I hear that, if I haven't fully opened it yet, I'm going to like stop, do a hand signal and gesture to Casario so that like basically like something to the effect of there's someone on the other side or I hear something.
All right.
And I'll hold onto the door ready to open as if they approach.
As you look back, to kind of give Casario the hand gesture that they've used many times, as Strahd disappeared, you can see, if you look at her, Casario's hands are going to clench so hard that the nails cause blood to just drip from her palms. And her eyes go completely black, and the veins in her face also turn black. and she's just seething with rage. But she's trying very, very hard to temper the rage that's inside her.
John,
and after a moment, she does.
Go ahead. Sorry.
That's it. After a moment, she kind of does, and she's just breathing. You can see her chest rising and falling, and blood's just dripping from her palms.
John's seen her overcome with emotion at times, but I think this is probably one of the worst he's ever seen. So he'll approach and tentatively reach out his hand to hers. And if she opens her palm, he's going to use a point of his lay on hands to cure your wounds and ask, are you all right? What's going on, Casario?
As he reaches out to touch her, she'll grab his wrist, kind of smearing her own blood all over him. And then, as the sort of like her veins go back to being normal and her eyes kind of go back to her normal color, she'll let you go. Sorry, John. And she'll like kind of look around the room, like as if someone's still listening. I'm fine.
He's gone. We're still here, Casario. Me and Carla, I'm still here as well. We're not going to let anything happen to you. And I'm going to go ahead and, just for the sake of it, use a point. I'm going to try to heal the wound. Do you let me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We can't let him get under our skin. He's nothing we've ever dealt with before. We need to keep our heads, keep calm. You've always guided me in these moments. Put a hand on her shoulder.
I'm ready.
Put my forehead.
Look over at Carla.
To her forehead. Moonlight above.
Oh. She'll just kind of like lean in a little bit. Usually Casario at the first like moment of any emotional, exchange or like discussing of emotions, she's immediately shuts it off. But she'll sort of lean into John for like longer than he would probably expect. Chaos below. And then she'll look at Carla.
Carla is not paying attention to either of you. She's looking at the window and she's looking at the glass in the floor. Does it look like something came in more than something came out?
This window must have been broken a long time ago, so it's hard to see any scrap glass on the stones outside. If this would have happened like today or yesterday, there would have been glass outside if this would have been broken, like either way. There's no glass outside, so it's hard to tell. There is enough glass on the inside that you might be able to say that something broke in, but in reality, looking at the size of the shards, you would have expected you have a very good passive investigation. These glass shards are all about the same size. This looks like the glass itself has just been broken through another means than a physical force.
More like magical. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what she's doing. She's doing that, and then she's looking out over the front of Ravenloft, sort of at the moon and the fog, until her attention is called by the other two. But she's very much like kind of lost in thought over there.
As you look outside over the courtyard, a single flash of lightning illuminates the area.
She'll step back and kind of walk towards the other two, kind of noticing they're having a moment and like look a little bit away. Just kind of keep going around the room, and like when they were talking to Strahd, she was patrolling in a way of like trying to find anything interesting in the room. Is there anything like sticking out to her when she was kind of doing that, like over like this?
Even with your investigation, I'd like you to make an investigation check.
Okie doke. Say 23.
All right. As you look around the room, and you walk around a little bit, you start hearing voices. It's very, very faint. No one would notice this unless they are actively trying to pay attention to what's going on in this room, which is what you are. You hear these voices echo and repeat. Death, betrayal, murder, darkness, evil. As you look at the throne, you notice that just behind it, on the ground, there is a small piece of paper.
I'll pick it up with my mage
It seems
hand.
to be a... Wonderful. It seems to be a letter, and it is faded, but readable.
I'll open it up, read it.
It says, Sergei, the death of father and the war has haunted our family. Everyone grows distraught, and no one is in their right mind. I feel dark powers are seeking to end our lineage. We must pull together. Our family is weak. We need to save our lineage. Leave Ravenloft alone and seek glory for our family beyond our borders. Strahd von Zarovich.
It's faded, and it was at the throne. Does it look like it was like abandoned there, or like it was very purposefully placed there?
That is hard to tell, but between the two, you would say it has been lost or discarded.
Lost. Okay. I will tuck it into the bag of holding. And kind of pull out my crystal ball, ghost detector, at the sound of sort of like fading voices and see if it's picking up any activity.
Oh, it is.
Okay. Ghost.
All around you, there is sort of an echo of a ghost, but it's hard to pinpoint.
I'll use the crystal ball and I'll kind of hold it up, and you'll see she starts sort of wandering the room in like a way almost like she's trying to like find where like it might be clouding harder or changing color. And as she's sort of doing this, she's like, you can reach out to me. You can let me know. I'm here. Are you?
Give me a persuasion check on that.
Ooh. I don't do those often. Ooh. That's a 29.
I don't do those often, but here's a freaking million. Fair enough. As you try to pinpoint where this is coming from, and you kindly ask if anyone is out there willing to reach out to you, suddenly you notice that there is a visage that is coming into view. You're the only one that can see it, though. In front of you stands a ghostly figure with a hood over its face, and it just stares at you. It's almost looking like the very Grim Reaper without a scythe.
Stand in front of it. I'm going to message it. Say, can you communicate with me? Who are you?
I am a spirit of a long-lost tribe. We were the Baal, a group of assassins, sellswords, and murderers. We killed for money.
Why are you trapped here? Why can you not move on?
My task was to bring safety to this land and kill its ruler. I was paid handsomely to slip a dagger in between the shoulder blades of the man they all hate. But he knew I was coming, and before I could act, he killed me and forced me to stay in this room forever as a ghost.
And slip me the dagger, if you still have it, if you know where it is.
My weapon is lost through the ages, but my skills are not. I would offer you my assistance, but I require something in return.
What do you require?
My life was full of evil. I have done many a great, terrible deed. I seek that which the Dark Lord will never give me. I seek atonement through forgiveness for what I did. Will you, without knowing all that it is I did, forgive me for all it is that I did?
Insight check. I've dealt with spirits before. I've dealt with poltergeists, and I've definitely dealt with things that were trying to possess or bargain with me.
Okay.
Does this feel like that sort of situation?
Fair enough. Roll your insight check. Let's see what you got.
Right. I got a 14, not a good one.
You're getting the sense that what he is trying to do is actually make a deal with you. There is, in your mind, only two options here. Either he is totally playing you into accepting something that you're not aware of, or he actually is right, but then you come with a very heavy choice. Are you just going to blatantly forgive him for whatever he did in life? Because that is what he's asking you. That choice is yours.
I will agree to this if I can make a sweeter deal on my own end.
What is it you require, little one?
When you are forgiven, you join my host of spirits that live within me, that tell my tales, and you will be put to good, not evil. You may pass on your consciousness, but your spirit will be mine.
This is one of those rare moments when the DM is actually put to a choice rather than the players. Wow, that is good. I'm gonna pull out good old faithful. Let's do the roll of cool. You can roll a d20 on this. If you roll above a 10, you will have a ghost that is inclined to agree with you. If you roll below that, he will not. Let's see what you got.
Grania dice. Wish for the best. Natural 20. Grania dice! They never fail! Oh.
Anything is better than waiting here for nothing for hundreds of years. I seek your forgiveness, and I will join you.
I will take out the symbol of the Morning Lord that I have been keeping. And I'll kind of grasp it over the ghostly hand. And I will say, "You are forgiven."
Even though he doesn't have any eyes, you have the feeling that he closes them as he makes the motion of just lowering his head and taking in a deep breath. And as he raises his head, you notice that he is feeling free. A small tang of guilt hits you as you suddenly remember that no soul is free forever in Barovia, but at least you freed him from this room. Whether or not that is a fair bargain, I'll leave up to you. But he has sworn an oath of servitude to you, and he will join you.
There's a girl in this castle with flaming red hair. Find where she is. You're free to roam now. Find where she is and come back to me and tell me where she is.
And that is fitting with what I thought I was going to do with this. Basically, this ghost will give you once per, let's just say once per day, because I don't want to give it too much. Once per day, he can do an act like that for you.
That sounds good.
I will. And he vanishes. He will report back when he has something to report.
Very cool.
That is a really cool idea, by the way. Like, wow.
Amazing.
At this point, I'm kind of near
what
that.
I had in mind.
In my head, I was like, if it's a demon, it won't want to make a deal for its soul with me. Turning back to the other two, I presume I'm close enough to the door now to start hearing that mumbling that John was hearing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think
Okay.
we've had our moment, and we'll look over at you. Are you okay, Carla? Or look back at Casariel. We okay to go together? Forge ahead. Are you with me?
Ready?
And then he'll look directly at her eyes and say, "Are you with me? Are you okay?"
I'm with you. Always.
And I imagine we'll embrace for a moment, and then let's go find out what we're here for.
Let's go find Irina.
Yes.
All right.
Carla's mage hand will arise from the floor in its like sort of skeletal form and push open the door.
Fair enough. As you do, that will reveal the room beyond. And the room beyond looks like a complete mess. You notice dusty scrolls and tomes that are lining the walls of this room, but even more scrolls and books lie scattered on the floor around 4 heavy wooden chests that are fitted with iron locks. The place is a complete mess. There must be thousands upon thousands of scraps and pieces of paper scattered about. In the middle, you notice that there is a great desk, and a figure is sitting there, crouched over the desk, scratching on the paper with a dry quill pen. Nearby, there is a tasseled rope that is hanging from a hole in the ceiling. He hasn't noticed you yet.
There's a man in there. And I'll say that in their heads. Man in there. He's writing.
Is he real? No, in your head.
Yes, no, in John's head. So she'll basically be like, "Shh, I have an idea," and she will minor illusion in this corner of the room Strahd's voice.
Oh God. Yep.
And say, "How is it going? How is it going?" He sounds like a terrible Italian accent, the way she pictures him.
How is it going?
How is it going?
I will not roll performance for that because, like, it's fair. You've heard Strahd more than enough. I kind of should.
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
Relativeness.
You know, as a matter of fact, like, I'm still gonna allow it, but like, depending on like how you roll, let's just do a performance check. Let's see what happens.
Great. Yeah, I feel like she definitely doesn't like him enough that she would be willing to be smarmy about it. Performance. What do we have in that? That's not too. No. Okay, that's a 24.
Good enough. Yeah. You notice that
39.
You notice that the desk clerk jolts up and looks around, and he says, my liege, just busy squaring away the numbers. It's all good. I cannot see you, but it might be because, well, we don't have a large budget for candles, as you know. I will just square this away and clean this up. You should be fine to come in and check the books in about 6 weeks, maybe 7. I'm working. No, where is it? It must be here. And he just goes back into his rant of saying,
I know your plan. I know your plans. Bring me the document. Leave it at the door.
I am working very diligently, Lord. It's not just a document. It's quite literally thousands. You have such a wealth in your castle. It must be all accounted for. Of course, that's why you hired me. Yes.
Perhaps you need some help. I'm going to send in my new assistants to help you.
I do not
treat them
assistance.
kindly. If you do not, I will have your head.
Give me another performance check on that, because that is great.
New headcanon. Carla takes over Barovia Strahd.
It's a 23. I got one less than last time.
But of course, Lord. I am eagerly waiting. They're not terribly like undead that you have roaming around the castle, right? I do bad with those. It's as long as they're please.
They are very much alive, but do keep in mind to treat them well, otherwise you will not be. Yes. At that, the voice will go away, and Carla will very confidently walk in.
I have to ask, how does it look? How is Carla doing? Like, from John's perspective, is she just standing there and like when they hear Strahd, does he think Strahd's over there now?
So you'll see her eyes are like purple, and she's like whispering into the cusps of her hands.
Okay.
And you can hear sort of like the booming from the room because the door is open.
It's just freaking funny. Okay.
A little spiritual can and a string.
Birds.
She's like, I think we'll be welcomed. Hello. Hi.
Yes.
I believe you were made aware that we were arriving. Yes.
Yes, the new assistants. Okay, the work is quite simple. Actually, it really isn't simple, but it's a lot of work. Yes, you would come in handy. I do not understand where we get the budget for you, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll accommodate.
The Lord of the Land. We would do anything for him.
As would I. Yes. Now, accounting is an important job. Everything needs to be accounted for. Make sure that you write down about all the gold and silver that circulates in this kingdom. Any questions? Good. Now, go to work.
And he starts writing again.
Mm-hmm. Could you fetch me a sort of abbreviated history or sort of the most important documents we need first? Do keep in mind Lord Strahd did command this.
Yes. Over there, on this shelf.
And he points at the bookcase behind him.
She'll like put her hand down and she'll look into his eyes, and she'll
He's
be like,
looking at his paper. Like,
she'll put her hand over his paper to try and get his attention. When he if he can look up at her, she'll be like, "The Lord commands it. Bring the most important documents."
With all due respect, assistant, you have been appointed assistant by the Lord. I heard very clearly.
Not
you are
to
an
you.
assistant to me. I run this room here, and I am pretty sure that he would never send someone in to replace me. I do my work very diligently. You are my assistant. So go to work, check the book behind me, and start writing.
Hi, I'm John. Who are you?
I am Leaf Lipsiege, the prime accountant for the Lord Strahd. Yes.
Okay.
And you are?
John.
That name rings a bell.
The guy that Strahd said to be the assistant to you.
yes. Now, and he takes his quill and he starts pointing with the quill. Now, she probably is good with writing. And he points over to Casariel. She might be, but you have been appointed as an assistant probably to carry things and sort things. You look like the kind of oaf to put things in place. Yes. So you start with cleaning up the room right now.
Hey.
Thank you.
He starts
You
he starts picking things up because that's really rude.
You actually start cleaning.
he looks a little bit taken aback, but yeah, he like picks up a box, he starts stacking it, and he's like, "That's really rude. I've never."
I love you.
I'll say to him, "That's Casariel Silverbrow. She is not an assistant. You need to treat her better. She's an honored guest of the Strahd. Is an honored guest. Please."
As you mention that name, he locks his eyes on Casariel. Oh, a special guest. He puts his quill down for the first time since you've met him. It is an honor. Have you come to settle the score, I imagine?
Casaria falls right into our little ruse. No problem. She waltzes on in, kind of scooting some of the papers and like flicking them with the tip of her toe. And then she like runs her fingertip along the bookcase and like notices how much dust is on it. Wait, what did he just say? I'm sorry. What did you just ask her?
To settle the
If you
score.
have come to settle the score.
Well, that depends, doesn't it?
On what?
Why don't you tell me? You seem to know much, do you not? Or have I mistaken?
I have a thing for a few things in life. I am very good with coins, you see? Yes. And wealth. And the other thing I know is names, because names mean a lot in accounting. You can take from names, but names can also take from you. You see, your family member, I imagine, same last name, right? Silverbrow. They have a loan outstanding, and it's time. It needs to be paid.
Loan? What sort of loan?
10,000 gold pieces. They are missing from the coffers of Ravenloft, and they should be paid.
What proof have you got?
It's right here in...
And you see him looking over his desk.
one of these files. Assistant, look for the file that says 10,000 gold pieces for one Silverbrow. First name, not sure.
Absolutely. One moment. And I will go and start like searching through that, and I'll basically, in Casariel's head, she'll hear, keep him distracted. And I will put out a piece of like one of the parchments, and I will use the writing spell that I have. I can't remember what it's called. I'm so sorry. You're getting everything
this
today.
room is so derailing. Go on.
And on it, you will write 10,000 gold owed to Silver Browns from the Silver Browns. Browns, N at the end. And underneath that, it's going to have another loan for his name, and it's going to be 20,000 gold. So it's going to be like a sheet of loans, and it's going to have Silver Browns, and then his name, and I'm going to present it, and I'm going to be like, maybe you were confused. I know Silver Brow and Silver Brown are very similar names, but it appears to be the Silver Browns and not the Silver Brows. But right. I do notice that your name is on here as well.
This is hilarious, but I will need a deception check on that.
Okay, let's see what we can get with a deception check.
I stack more boxes.
25.
You notice him reading it, and his eyes widen when he sees his own name. And he takes that piece of paper from you. Yes, thank you, assistant. Continue. And he just crumples it up and he says, well, it seems that the debt has already been settled. I was mistaken. It happens. As you can see, there is a lot going on. Is there anything else that I can help you with? Perhaps another loan?
Am I getting paid for this?
Looking at the paper there, it seems that actually Ravenloft is in a bit of debt. From what I can see, and I'll point down at the paper that he has. Like, you're kind of, it's really stretching to have the budget to fix it.
As a matter of fact, assistant, Ravenloft is not in debt. Ravenloft is being stolen from. It must be one of the burgomasters, yes, or one of the others that is working with Strahd, yes. You see, the treasure room is going emptier and emptier. We need to fix that. There's so much wealth in the stores upstairs, but we need to have it all accounted for.
It's going missing. Has anything been added to it recently? The economy does seem quite stagnant.
Most of it is being added to the second treasury, which is held for us by the Amber Temple. Yes. The treasury upstairs should not be touched.
Shouldn't it? Have you ever touched it?
I haven't. But there is...
Really?
I couldn't. And if I want to touch it, I first need to get in there. But to find the treasury would require to know where it is. I know it is there, but it is hidden, yes. And even if I were to find it, I would need the key. And I do not know where the key is.
Really? Charm person. I'm going to try and do a charm person on him. To try and get him a little bit more influenced. So give me a 16 wisdom saving throw.
Which he blatantly fails with a 7.
He's like, a key? And you don't even know where it is, and you're the accountant? They don't trust you with the treasury.
I account for money, not for keys. See, I kept the key somewhere here in these books, but it has been lost. The book is gone.
When did it go missing?
Exactly 52 years ago.
Oh, wow. Do you have any suspicions of who it would be?
Anyone in the Ravenloft.
Anyone here, like Gwillem or Ludmilla?
Perhaps. Or maybe even that annoying assistant of Strahd.
What is... Oh, Rahadin.
No, not Rahadin. That mongrel.
What mongrel?
The mongrel that lives down in the larders.
Who's that?
Thinks he's smart. Cyrus thinks that he is important to the Lord, but he's not. I am so much more important to him. I rule over his coffers. Cyrus just sits down there and cleans the basement. But he knows. He knows of the treasury.
Yes. We could go down there and try to persuade him try to figure it out if he is the one that has done this. But we're going to need your trust. Do you trust us? You want to
My
trust
assistants,
us?
of course I trust you. If the Lord trusts you, then I do too. But do your work.
No.
I have a lot to do.
Okay, could I have free range of this office to help with this work? I would hate to touch something that you didn't want touched.
Except for the chests. And he pointed to 4 chests that are in front of him. On the other side.
Are they magically locked in any way?
They're off limits.
Yes, but just so that I know, in case, that one over there, he's a little stupid. Is it magically locked? Do I have to worry about him getting hurt if he tries to move them?
As you point to John... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, as you point to John and say he's a little stupid, he's been stacking boxes and stuff back here, and one of the stacks just completely topples over. Ah, crap.
Creating more discord in this room.
Yeah.
Yes. So with Charm Person, he should be like a little bit more inclined to want to talk to me, at least a little bit.
You'd say so, but he isn't.
You would say so. Yeah, I know. But throwing it out there anyway. So,
Do you mean
know,
these
Are
boxes?
off limits.
These here.
This
And
one?
she like sits on it and crosses her leg. And then kind of leans back. Why are they special?
Should I not be
Cannot.
stacking them?
Where you're standing right now, John, you're fine.
Okay.
Those chests are off limits, he says.
You know, that only makes me more curious about what's inside.
You wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't I?
He just stares at you.
While they're distracting him, John is pushing papers underneath the shelves.
Want to know what's in those? Is that the gold? Is that the gold of the kingdom in there?
That is something for the prime clerk to know, not the assistant.
Is that you?
You seem to be having a hard temper. Should I get you some tea? Would you like some tea?
That will be wonderful.
Maybe how long have you been in here? Because legally you're allowed to take at least like a break every 2 hours. Sorry.
I have been in here,
Brilliant.
and he looks at his wrist where there's no watch because D&D. For a long time.
Oh, you need to stretch your legs, get some tea. We'll get all of this riffraff out of here, and we'll all let's take a moment. Let's relax, and then we'll come back and we'll go back to work with a fresh brain.
I will
Want some
not
tea,
leave this
maybe
room.
a cake. What?
There's so much work to do. I will not leave this room.
Wait.
I simply cannot. Once it's done, I will take my break. You can bring my tea to me. That's what you're good for, right? Maybe that oaf over there. You, was it John? Get me some tea.
Where? He's gonna look left and right, almost like the Vincent Vega meme, and where's the tea? He'll stick his head through this presumably door. Is there something over here?
If you stick your head through the door, there is a very cold passage there. And as a matter of fact, yes, there is something there. Being a staircase that goes both up and down.
He'll point through and say, "This way."
Yeah. Just go downstairs to the larders and get me some tea.
I'm gonna look at Kosariel and Carla.
One moment, we'll join you. And in Kasariel's head, she'll hear, I don't know where to go from here. I want to investigate this office. But I don't think he's going to trust us with that chest.
Can you show me where
So
it
he
is,
killed
Mr.
him.
Leaf Guy?
It's downstairs twice, like in the larders.
But can you show me? I don't want to get
No.
lost. Okay.
Or I could just send him to another plane of existence, if you like. the two conversations are happening at the same time.
You know, honestly, at this point, I think that's probably best because I charmed him. Like, he's under our influence right now, and he's still being a fucking dickhead.
Right. Well,
So as a reminder, he's charmed, not mind controlled.
I know, but in her head, it's always worked perfectly. Why is it not working here? You know.
Certain convictions can be stronger than a charm.
Well, I can try it, but
This is all a fire hazard.
Quite a lot of power. It's just like 6 levels of power.
Oh yeah, that would be an awful waste to do on him. Alrighty.
Perhaps we can come back.
Hypothetically, if I stacked those chests, what would happen? I'm going to point at the chests.
Hopefully nothing, but you will not touch them. They are perfectly fine where they are.
Do they have like beasts in them or something? We have a little bag that if you take something out of it, it turns into like a bear or a weasel or something.
I think I've made myself abundantly clear. Now, if you are going to pursue this idea of opening these chests, then I have no other choice than to... And he reaches for the rope that is next to him and he holds it in his hand.
I think we're getting a little out of hand. Let's go and get your tea. Let's go get your tea. And I will start ushering John out the door. You just start pushing him.
What? He's going to pull a rope? What is he going to do? And he gets pushed out of the door.
If I look at that, have I ever seen anything like that before? It's just a rope hanging from like a trap door on the ceiling?
Yeah, like a little hole in the ceiling. Yeah. Not even a trap door. It's like a little hole.
Voice back. Next time I'm going to pull the rope. You'll be sorry.
All right. This is Carla's sort of
Forte.
specialty, so I'm going to let her take the lead and just going to follow her.
That sounds like you were about to do something different.
I mean,
banishment's
murder's always
fun.
on the menu for Casariel, so just say the word.
I will just push them both out and head down.
Do we
and
have
sort
to
of wait until we get like...
Do we really have to get that guy's tea? He was really rude.
Now we're going to go talk to the guy he doesn't like, and maybe we can do a little bit of conspiracy. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, he looks like he's very worried he's going to lose his job, and the other guy apparently has the key to the treasury. I think we know who we want to be our friend. The castle.
I think it's flipped.
Nope, it isn't.
Oh, never mind. Okay,
because
never mind.
as you go down, you are in a stairwell that can still go down. You want to go down again? Like,
So passing the doorway on the left. Is there a doorway?
Yeah, there is a doorway over there, and it's open. So it's like an archway. And if you look through that while you were descending the stairs, you'll recognize the doors to the Grand Diner.
If I look back up the hallway, is Rahadin there?
Nope, he's not.
Damn. I was gonna wave to him and keep going.
I think we'll just continue on down to the larder.
Yeah, we're just gonna go all the way down.
All right.
Unless everyone here wants to do something different, then.
I'm looking for tea.
Looking for Cyrus.
Excuse me. There we are. You are now at the bottom of the... well, actually, you're not at the bottom. You can go even lower. But you are now one floor below ground level. And as you look into the hallway of where you are right now, you notice that the place over here looks... I mean, upstairs, it's not well kept. But down here, it looks even worse. It is very cobwebby, so to speak. Looking down the hallway itself extends a little bit and then seems to end in an even bigger hallway that goes in a T-split from where you are right now.
This place needs a cleaning, not a clerk.
Right, and he was in 20,000 gold of debt as well.
I believe Mercer's...
not seeing Gazero.
Hang on, let me fix that. There you are.
Oh, you scared me. Moving slowly or quietly. All right, and he'll walk through the door for in front and just looking for larder.
As you walk into this grander hallway, you're noticing that, as I said, the place itself is not well kept. The air over here is pretty thick, and there's sort of like an eerie stillness. The rest of the castle is pretty quiet, but down here, it is even more muffled because apparently it seems like you're a bit underground. You do hear the creaking of very heavy beams that are supporting a sagging 10-foot high ceiling. And there is a bit of a fog that is blanketing the floor. As you're standing there, you notice that there are a set of double doors on one side, a couple of doors along the walls, and there's a large metal grate on the other side of the hallway.
Which way looks
Carla?
lardery?
One moment. Carla's going to reach into the bag of holding, and she's actually going to like just open it fairly wide, as wide as she can, and like kind of stick her hands in there and unfurl the map of Ravenloft within the bag of holding, and try to like see it with what light is piercing through.
The blueprint, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, smart.
But keeping
right.
it within the bag of holding so she's not like exposing it out to the world.
All right. So the blueprints, you will quickly notice, are only covering part of the castle. It seems that the castle has been very heavily expanded on ever since it was created. But what you do notice is that there is a connecting point from a secret area that connects to this level in the castle. And it is a level that you have just passed. If you look behind you in the hallway, there was a little room that you've just passed. And it seems that there is a hidden door over there that connects to the outside world through a very large staircase that leads all the way down to the pillar of Ravenloft. Other than that, you notice that there's a couple of rooms over here. They are nondescript, but you are noticing that there is a small and a large room close to you, and a very large room with a giant table drawn into it to your immediate left. If you're looking for a larder, that's probably not it, but it might be.
I'm gonna go investigate that secret door.
All right.
I'm gonna head back and go pop into the room and see if I can try and figure out a way to get into it.
Because you know where it is, you will immediately find it. The secret door is right where you're standing right now. And looking down, you are noticing that there is a spiral staircase that goes down and down and down into the murky darkness. It must be down a lot because it probably goes down all the way across along the side of the cliff. So, for context, the Pillar of Ravenloft is a large bit of rock that is part of the cliff where the castle was once built on. It is sort of like a supporting pillar, if you will, which is why it's called the Pillar of Ravenloft. It is a cornerstone for the castle. Without that pillar, the castle would not even be able to stand where it is right now. The pillar itself, however, has been hollowed out for a little bit, and there is a large spiral staircase that goes all the way down to basically the bottom of the cliff, which is close to where Barovia is, the village. This seems to be a way in and out of the castle.
Secret way. Oh, okay.
When you went through the entrance, did the wall look like it had been heavily used, or was it like covered in cobwebs and unused before?
Over here, you mean?
The wall the way that she went in to the secret room.
So the room where she's standing in right now is just an open room. It's just a side room, but the door that she's just opened is filled with cobwebs. Tiny ones, but it's filled with cobwebs.
No use. I'll kind of like stand back up, kind of like dust myself off, and kind of like whisper to them, like, that might be a good way, speedy in and out of the castle if we need it. Alright, well, I think this room is the larder, and I'll go towards the room that had the table, from what I could see.
Sure. That is the large one with the double doors to your left.
Okay.
You open up these doors, and you notice a interesting room, to say the least. In the middle stands a massive table, but not made of oak and not made of any other type of wood. It is made of bone. The entire room has been made of bone. The table, the chairs, the walls, the decorations within the walls are all bones, skulls, and parts of human bodies. It is a sickening display, if not for a very artful one. And as you look around, you get a very dreary feeling. This is complete madness. Artistically, but still.
This is sickening.
This is
Looking
nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. Do you think
We shouldn't leave them like this? We should burn them.
Do you think this was here, or do you think Strahd made this? What do you think this is for? What kind of, I can't even say person, would make something so foul?
Don't know.
I'm gonna look at Casario. What is she? How is she reacting?
She's checking every corner of the room, every door, noting if there's any weapons in the room. She's doing the Casario thing. She's checking for danger.
Give me an investigation check.
Terrible. Why don't I see investigation? I never do this. 9.
There's a lot of bones around you. In a table and some chairs. Carla, your passive investigation that
It's
you're
20.
probably using while you're also looking around here.
Mhm.
You have a thing with dead because
Mhm.
it is the very essence of what you are as a bard. But even to you, this is morbidly beautiful but sickening. And with that sort of curiosity, you're eyeing around the room. And while you are, I imagine that at some point you're also looking up at the chandelier above the table.
Hmm.
And you will stop dead in your tracks and point at Casario and John, and then point upwards. The chandelier itself looks very peculiar. A string of femurs is holding up this giant chandelier, but the chandelier itself is made out of one solid piece. It looks like a skull. A giant dragon's skull.
My god. It's Argenvost.
Oh, you led
Was
us right to it, Carla.
Yes, so.
Using it as a decoration.
Yes. I don't imagine he'll let it go that easily.
How is it secured to the ceiling or walls?
It is held together by a string of 4 strings of femurs, and those femurs themselves are strung together probably by some sort of wire.
I'm
I
going
think you
to
will.
break this down.
You think he will?
I'm going to pull out my sword and look at them, and I'm going to start cutting down femurs.
It's like high up there, so you're gonna have to find a way to get up there. Like, it's not that hard, but it's not like within range.
Let me try. And I will use my mage hand to try and pull at it, to try and like bring it further down.
Cool. Give me a strength check, first of all.
Okay. It's a 3.
Okay. It rattles the bones around it. And as it does, you suddenly hear a voice coming from the hallway. No! Wait! And a small, hunched-over character rushes into the room, looking at the three of you.
The master requires this to be perfect. Please, don't touch it. I've worked very diligently on this.
You put this together?
Silas?
Someone knows Silas's name?
Silas, is that you?
Pretty lady knows my name.
Of course I know your name. Look at you. You're more handsome than I had even imagined. I've heard so much about you. I'm Casariel.
Silas Bellevue.
I know who you are. It's so nice to meet you. These are my friends.
Friends?
Yes.
Silas
This is
doesn't have any
Carla.
friends.
Of course you have friends. Silas, how long has it been since you've left this castle?
Silas doesn't get to leave the castle. Silas is always busy for the master.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Silas, do you know how revered you are in Barovia of Valaki?
People hate me. I am a monster.
And as you look at him,
told you
you
that?
kind of get what he's getting at. Do you remember when you were at the Abbey and you saw these foul creatures that basically looked like they were assembled together from different parts of different creatures? He seems to be one of them. As you look at him, you notice that he has tufts of hair from different types of animals. He has bat-like ears. He has eyes of a goat. One of his legs seems to look like it's from a frog. He looks every bit the horrible monster.
No, you have many friends. How do you think I know who you are?
I do not know how pretty lady knows my name, but this is my floor.
You have done this.
Yes, it's.
How did you
like
do
it?
this? It's beautiful. Of course I like it. Who are these people?
Sharon is glaring at Casariel when she says that.
People. These are just remains. It's master and servants bring this for Silas to play with, but playing is no fun. Building something is what I like.
Silas,
Building something?
this is disgusting and profane. You are going to bring me that skull or I will dismantle it myself.
No, it's the centerpiece of my collection.
He's going to stand over Silas and glare hard at him. Silas, I will cause much more damage than you if I take it down myself.
Make me an intimidation check.
Yay! I think that's the first
Cool
intimidation
job.
check he's had.
John's not that intimidating, but he has his moments.
Actually, he is. I got a 25.
Wow, okay. Cyrus just jumps back through the door and is like,
Oh, Silas did not mean to make strong man. Anyway, I must check on the food. I will be right back.
and he
Silas.
rushes to one of the doors.
No. Before he rushes
How
out the
is
doors,
you?
can Carla try to make a dexterity check to have the hand that was trying to grasp it close the door instead? Or like any
Sure.
amount of check to do it?
Sure.
Man, John should have
Okay.
grabbed him.
Dexterity. Okay. Sorry, I need to get my character sheet up. There we go. Okay, so that is going to be a 15.
I got a 13, so that manages.
All right.
Okay.
And as he
The
essentially
chance sort of.
that's fantastic, because as he turns to run and he gets blocked by the door, John's gonna grab his shoulder and not squeeze and not harm, but just firmly. Silas, I told you to take this down. I didn't say later.
But I
Silas, take it down now.
As intimidated as he is by you, his face shifts from pure scaredness looking at you to sadness, and he starts crying right in front of you. I cannot displease the master. I made this
wrong
for
with
the
you?
master.
I will
What's
bring.
wrong with you?
He ignores Kasara. I will bring this down myself, and it will cause much more of a problem for you if you don't do it.
Cannot help it.
Do you want something else in return? Something else to put up there? For the master.
Nothing can replace the beautiful skull.
I pull out the
Silas.
sword and I slash into the nearest chair and try to do as much damage to it as I can.
Roll me
John,
an
what
attack check. Like
are
you
you
don't have
doing?
to like.
What's
you
wrong
will
with
hit.
you?
Roll me
This-
damage.
This is disgusting and it's going down. Oh, damage, you said, right?
Yes, you will hit.
Okay. By the way, out of character, I'm so sorry.
All good.
All right. And so it's not undead, I imagine.
No, it's like it's
Okay.
undoing this chair.
I'm doing 11 radiant damage.
Cool. You destroy the chair that you're standing next to,
I'm going to roar, no!
and you notice that the bones of this chair are scattering across the room.
No
You
shit.
hear that sound of bone just rattling across stone. But the funny thing is, usually you hear that and then the sound dissipates. But instead, it keeps on rattling. And as you are intimidating Cyrus, and Cyrus is reduced to nothing by your intimidation, it sort of hits you that this sound of rattling should have stopped a long time ago. And in the corner of your eye, you're noticing that it's not just the bones of the chair that you've just destroyed that are moving around, but more piles of bones around the room are suddenly vibrating.
Divine sense.
Your divine sense tells you what your eyes can already see. For around you, all the bones suddenly start connecting into skeletons. Roll for initiative.
Kasariel is glaring. You shouldn't be scared about all these skeletons, because Kasariel, if looks could kill, you'd be dead. Dead.
I regret nothing.
Roll. Rolled an 18.
15.
$15 for John, $18 for Carla. What did you have, Kasariel?
13.
13, thank you. In that case, Carla, you can start.
I go invisible.
Fair enough.
Immediately go invisible.
Up this shit, I'm out.
Yes. And I am going to climb up onto the table if I can.
Sure.
With my movement.
Like the table is just a normal table height, so of course you can.
Yeah, just scamper up on top of it and stand underneath the skull, and I will basically get ready in case the other two need help, but my goal is to bag a holding that skull.
Fair enough. Okay. That's it?
Yep.
All right, cool. John, your turn.
So, do the skeletons just like pop up, or are they Were they bone piles in this corner, or were they part of this table at one point?
One of them was one of the chairs. A couple of them are piles of bones in the corner, and a couple of them were decorations on the wall. They just form out of everywhere.
Okay. I'll deal with you in a moment. I point at Silas, and then I rush towards the first skeleton over here and slash.
Wonderful. Let's go.
Natural 20. Okay.
Guess what? That hits.
Alrighty. So natural 20. That's on.
How scared would you be if I would say that misses?
All right. So I'm assuming this is undead. Just going out on a limb, here.
Very much so.
Okay. That's gonna be 12 plus 19. So do the double d8s also double with the critical hit? The second d8?
Yeah, because the doubling of the d8 is not because it's undead, it's because of your weapon's trait, and then it is a radiant damage, so it doubles because it's radiant. Yes.
Oh, I meant so the extra. So with a critical, we're getting the extra all the dice, maximum dice, right?
Maximum dice, and then whatever you roll. Yes. Sir.
Okay. Cool. So 19 plus 16. That's 25. 35 radiant damage at the start.
Gone and gone. The first one just is like brought back to a pile of bones back immediately.
All right. So the first one is just clean through the spine, and then I carry through to the next one.
All right.
And that is going to be a 28 to hit.
That hits.
And this is going to be 14 radiant damage.
Okay, that destroys it. So that one is gone too.
All right, so I point at Silas. I'll deal with you in a moment. And then just a rush past, almost like one sweeping backhand through both of them with the sword. And then I'll stand and look at the others as they move.
All right, Casariel.
Casariel's gonna look at Silas and give like a sweet smile, and then just like push him behind her, like protectively. Okay. So I'll step in front of him, and then the two down at the bottom here, I'm going to I'm going to start with the one on the right, and I'm going to toss a moonbolt at it.
All right, let's go.
Okay, that is 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's 1 point of radiant damage.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That does some damage.
Okay.
You knock off part of his rib.
The next one is a 24 to hit.
Same skeleton?
Yeah, same skeleton. Yeah.
All right, sure. Hits.
8 points of radiant damage.
That destroys it. It's gone.
Excellent. So I'll throw my third moonbolt at the one to its left.
Yep.
And that's a 28 to hit.
That hits.
9 points of radiant damage.
And boom, it's gone.
I think I have to grin at John on that one. I have to glance over my shoulder back at John and...
Yep. So as John gets slicing through, he turns around and just sees her basically wave her hand, and two of the skeletons just like dust or die, and
and gone.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Impressive.
Cyrus books it into the hall and gets out of sight. The skeletons that are still left are trying to accost all of you. Except for Carlo, because they can't see her. This one will make it. That one will make it. I'll have to remove this one. Those two will attack John. This one will have to go around the table. That's 15, 25. Nope, that's not going to make it. This one is going to make it to Casariel. And that one's going to make it to Casariel. Wonderful. So that is 2 attacks on John, 2 attacks on Casariel. I'll roll them together. So on John, That is a 16 to hit.
Nope. Both blocked with the shield.
All right. And on Cassariel, that is not that much more. That is a 18 to hit.
She glanced back over her shoulder to give John that shitty little grin, and while she did that, she gets knocked twice by these skeletons.
That is 2 swords, short swords that are poking you, and that is a total of 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
With that, we are at the top of the round. Carla, what do you do?
How far up above this is it to me?
About 2 to 3 Carlas.
Oh, okay. Alright. That's not fun. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my Bardic Inspiration, and I'm going to pray for the teleporter. I guess the first thing I'm going to do.
Yep.
What did we get? We got a 6. What's that? Tale of the Traveler. Okay, so that will come into effect next round. That's not what I was looking for. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, past that then, I guess I am just going to... God, I don't know. By the way, I become visible as well as the tail gets kind of selected.
That's a good point.
I'm gonna Cloud of Daggers. The line that's connecting the skull.
Nice.
Smart.
And I'm basically going to hold my bag open and hope for it to drop in.
Which line are you casting it on?
I'm going to do it on this. So if I'm standing on like this side,
Yep.
like imagine like over here in the middle. I can't really get my token to do that. On the other side, so that it will swing down and I can try and like with the bag.
So you're trying to hit the 2 of them closest to the skull.
To the skull, yes. So 2 of them on the side facing like north, I suppose, or east or whatever the hell we're at the moment. But yeah.
That is smart, and with the minimum damage that the Cloud of Daggers will do, that will indeed be enough to cut it loose. As it loosens, the skull will drop.
Can I try and catch it in the bag, or can I try and catch it myself?
In the bag, it's going to be tricky because it's going to be like a tight fit to get it to even get it in there. So are you going to try to catch it yourself or in the bag?
How big is this thing relative to Carla?
It's about 3/4 of a Carla.
It's a dragon skull. That's not a big dragon skull.
It's not the biggest, no.
No. Okay. Oh God, is this a decoy? Are we getting our fucking? I'm gonna try and catch it myself. I'm gonna try to catch it myself.
Roll me a let's say an acrobatics check.
Okay. Oh, natural 1, so I get to re-roll. Let's go.
Lucky you.
I know. Literally lucky. Literally the feat. Okay, acrobatics. That is going to be a 16. It's not great, but it is what it is.
But it is enough, and you will rush under the skull and catch it in your hands. It's heavy, but you manage to hold it just right.
Oh, okay.
And as you catch it, you being the first one to actually touch the skull, a puff of smoke comes out of the skull in the shape of a dragon and whooshes right through you. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
+5 because you're within 10 feet of me?
And you need that.
Wonderful.
Oh boy.
Okay, 24.
Okay, that barely manages. So you only take half damage. Because now it's only 4d12.
Roll bad, roll bad, roll bad, roll bad. God, have John level rolls, please.
You're okay. It's 27 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
God.
And as it goes right through you, the puff of smoke evaporates. And you're standing there with a skull in your hands.
Let's go. As it was like evaporating, did it felt like I was trying to get possessed in any way?
Not at all. It felt like sort of like a trigger trap.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I'll like hold it, clutch it, look at them, and be like, it's down!
John.
And
your
yeah.
turn.
Nice catch, Carl. Oh, and he's sort of dueling with these two skeletons. I'm gonna attack the one directly north of me, the first one.
Go right ahead.
Alrighty, let's go ahead. And you haven't failed me yet. You just failed me. Natural one.
You do a very valiant like turn with your sword, and as you stab forward with an amazing thrust, you hit him right between the ribs, which would be cool on the humanoid, but not on a skeleton.
All right, I trust you not to do it twice, and that is a 17 to hit.
That's a lot better, and it hits.
Okay, cool. So that is going to be 2 plus 4 plus 7, 11 radiant damage.
Wonderful. That destroys the skeleton. It's gone.
I stab through it, and it's surprised. I'm surprised. It looks down at it, and then I just lift up.
I love it. And it just explodes.
Yeah. Huh? Oh. Yep. Okay.
Anything else, my friend?
You look back. How are you doing, Casariel?
Casariel?
She gets stabbed twice. She whirls around and moonbolts appear in her hand. I'm just going to release one at each of the ones directly south of me.
All right. You will do so with disadvantage because they are standing next to you.
Yes. Okay. Okay. That's bad. That's a 14 and a 12.
All right. The 14 hits.
Oh. All right. That's 10 radiant damage.
That one is destroyed. Which one did you target?
The one on the left.
Alrighty. It is very gone.
Imagine she did the same thing. She shot through the ribs, and then the second one was like in the skull.
Like in the eye socket. Yeah.
And then the one she missed, she's going to try it again and then hurl one more at him.
Cool.
Okay. That's 12 to hit.
That still misses.
Okay. You are going away, buddy.
Dice jail for today.
Yeah, that's it. She's gonna just hold up her shield and then brace for the blows.
Alrighty. In that case, Cyrus is already long gone from here, so it's the skeleton's turn. The skeletons join in the fight. Let me see. It is the 2 against Casario, the 1 against John. Against John, it throws a 9, so that's a no, I think.
Yep. So it just completely misses me. No, not even glancing.
Casario isn't doing much better because it is getting a 7, so I think you're fine.
We're both like doing our normal parries and thrusts and parries, and she's over here like parrying, but also so cool. Casario's a badass.
Carla, you're standing there with a very cool skull in your hands.
I'm gonna cast Identify on it.
Is that an instant?
Yes. For me,
Alright, cool.
It's an instant. Yeah.
Cool. It seems to be the skull of Lord Argynvost.
Yes.
Okay, like it actually is. Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, with that then, my tail comes into effect. And Casariel is going to get temporary hit points. Let me get those for her. You're going to get 15 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And your walking speed is now increased by 10 feet. And you also have a +1 bonus to your AC. So basically what happens is, as she's like sort of standing there, armor, like ghostly armor, almost like clings itself to her as it sort of provides that extra defense mechanism. Yeah, and with my movement then, I'm gonna just get off the table with the skull so that I can get some cover and try to like shove it into the bag for the next round.
Alrighty. That brings us to John.
I'll take a swipe at the one that's still standing near me.
Sure.
And that is going to be another 17 to hit.
That definitely hits, sir.
Alrighty, and okay, it's going to be well, 17 radiant damage.
And it is destroyed.
So like he'll start turning towards Casariel, and as he does, he basically backhands this one, and then I'm gonna book it down to the one next to Casariel and make an attack against that one.
Wonderful.
Right, that wasn't a roll, it was a drop, and it was a good roll, but it was a drop. 16 to hit, so
hits.
Cool. And 11 plus 18 damage radiant.
It is gone.
All right, so slash the guy who was next to me, and then just sort of rush over and just like thrust right through its skull. That sounds worse than it. Never mind.
Love it. Anything else?
I'm gonna stand there in support of Casara.
Alrighty. Casario, it's your turn.
Casariel will like sort of instinctively like move out of the way where John can get his full swing. She notices that the obviously the moonbolts aren't working like they normally do. So she's gonna draw her sword and just plunge it into the chest of this mofo. Which I never do, so 1 second. Okay. 7. 16 plus 7. 23.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. So that's 3 points of piercing damage plus just a D8. Okay. 8 points of radiant damage.
All right. What happens?
So it just pierces him and nothing happens until you can see sort of like the sword glow with purple energy, and it like just starts to shake, and then he just explodes with radiant purple energy. And she'll just pull back the sword and then glance at John and sheath it real casual like.
I imagine that John rushed over and they both stabbed at the same time. John's immediately exploded, and he sort of like grins over at Casariel. She glares, and then just the purple energy flares out and explodes the thing. He's like, Well done.
I love it.
Carla, are you okay?
With that, the battle concludes.
Wonderful. Okay. Okay, I am going to open the bag as wide as possible and basically try to like start shoving it in there, and I'm going to be like, Bagman, can you like grab one end of it and like help it through, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure.
And with some fitting, this dragon skull will fit into your bag of holding.
Secure.
You now have Argynvoss's skull with you.
Wonderful. Okay, and she'll like look up and kind of around and like wait to see if Strahd is going to pop out and tell them no.
The room is eerily quiet.
What was that, Casaro?
He told me we could have it.
When?
We sort of had a conversation while another conversation was going on.
Oh.
Sounds complicated.
Very.
Well, if he's not going to take it from us, then we should continue our search.
However, he did quite specifically say that Irina was, well, what is it exactly we want to do when we find her?
I want to talk to her.
Help
Sure,
her.
that's all.
That might anger him a bit, though. But behind you. course. Do you know who might know where Irina is? But he's gone because he's scared. Silas.
Can we get out of this room? Look around you. Look at what this is, what this place. He's just gonna gesture at all the bones in the everything.
John, we're in a demon vampire's castle. This is the least disgusting thing we'll find here.
That doesn't make it right. We can't do it now. This is not the time or the place, but someone has to set these bones of peace. Someone has to set these people to peace, to rest. This is beyond just... And you say that Strahd is orchestrating this, is okay with this at the very minimum.
I didn't say that.
Go ahead.
Is he a vampire or is he Strahd? We've dealt with vampires before. We've dealt with things that hunted people. We've been talking about him like he's something different, like he's someone that can be talked to. Are you telling me that this is just a lair of horror, of death and disgust that needs to be cleansed? Or are you telling me this is a place where someone, the leader of this land, lives?
I'm telling you, we're guests in this castle up until this point, and there will be a point where we're no longer his guests. And when we cross that point, we should be ready. That's all I'm saying.
And you know that there are certain lines that I can't cross as well.
John, I understand your oath and your convictions, but sometimes you have to be sweet to get information you need. And I think Silas can tell us quite a bit about anything we want to know about this castle.
I have no intention of hurting Silas. He's involved in something despicable, but he doesn't seem to be creating the depraved acts. He's only organizing it.
John did give him the option to take it down nicely.
He also threatened his life after I told him we were friends. Did you see how his face lit up when I said that we were friends? That poor creature's probably never had a kind word given to him in his entire life.
I never threatened him. I threatened to make more of a mess than he would. If I can resolve this without causing harm, you know I have to. But this had to be dealt with, one way or the other. So.
You come in here destroying his property and killing his servants.
This is not property, Casariel. These are people. These were people. How can you... They're not property.
You are smarter than this, John. Haven't you the foggiest idea how much danger you're in right now? Do you know how much danger you're in? He could kill you with the wiggle of his finger now.
We're not dealing with this now, but we will at some point. These people will be put to rest eventually, but I know how dangerous this is. I'm not about to start putting bones to rest now, but this is not property.
And don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that, because I have understanding of what our priorities are right now. Do you want to take the skull back?
Yes.
To your brother or not? Good.
That's our first priority.
Then we better not piss him off, because if we do, the entirety of this castle will come down upon us. And I don't think we can survive that right now. In fact, I know I couldn't right now.
I know we're treading on dangerous ground, and I'm not about to go and attack him. Obviously, you know that's against what I stand for in the first place. But this was just relieving something of this profanity. There are lines that we don't cross. I understand that, and I'm not going to. But we will have to deal with it eventually. And I'll look away and look to Carla.
As she's sort of like looking up at John, you can see in her eyes this like kind of like sadness, but it looks like inevitable sadness. Like she is kind of looking at him like, you just realized too. Kind of that sort of way. But turns back and says, we have the skull, and you said if we go talk to Arena, he'll kill us, and I did get that sort of vibe when I asked about, her general well-being. Let's keep looking. Let's see what we can find here. And if we go too far, we'll turn back and we'll go back. But we have what we came here for. Everything from this point forward is information gathering, and I know threatening servants isn't the right thing to do, but I've dug up graves before. I've talked to the dead. I've communed with spirits. I keep them within myself. Even I have to admit this is macabre. To an extent, I can understand where John's coming from, but for right now, we have the skull. Let's get what else we can in terms of information and keep moving.
Silas doesn't know any better. I'm not going to hold him accountable for something that he doesn't understand. And I won't threaten him. We got what we needed.
Did you want to move?
I was going to follow her out the door.
All right.
Carla is going to leave the room, yeah.
All right. Feel free to keep your token there, Carla.
Okay.
As you open the door while you were talking, and you turn your gaze back into the hallway, you are greeted with a very subtle golf clap. Destroying skeletons. Very easy, was it not? I understand that you have found one of the trinkets that you have been looking for so long. I sense that you want to have it more than Cyrus. He can put up something else in that room. Keep it. My gift to you. How do you find my castle so far?
Tasteful.
John's just glaring at him.
There is something for everyone here. I am sure that your thirst for adventure and your inquisitive nature, Carla, would entice you to explore more. But
Do I have your leave?
But of course. Why would I not allow you to leave? You are doing so well. You are doing exactly what I intended. But please leave my accountant alone. He is working so diligently, and he needs no distraction. An interesting choice.
But did you not see he owes you an awful lot of money?
What is the value of money if you already own everything? An interesting choice, though. Put him on edge. Pretty sure the books will be ready soon. You do a quite good attempt at masking your own voice to sound like mine, but you are a bit off. Try to practice it. Next time, it should be more convincing, of course. You always hone your skills, do you not?
And I will repeat back to him with minor illusion. Of course, I always do.
Roll me a performance check.
Ooh. Okay. 23.
Not too bad. A little soft on the R's, though. But other than that, you are in the ballpark. Most people
This
would believe.
castle is quite... I mean, you have to admit, there's a little lacking of life in here. Do the pranks not at least liven up the place a little bit?
Oh, it's not just the pranks. You three liven up this place. It almost feels as if the entire castle is ready to come alive with the presence of such powerful heroes. I commend you. You're doing well. The entertainment is truly magnificent. Please, do not let me stop you. I have other things to attend to. Take your skull, your favorite prize after defeating all those dangerous skeletons. Take it. It is yours. Now, I have other things to attend to. Please, enjoy your stay. I hope to see you again soon.
With that, he turns around and he starts walking down the corridor. If there's anything you want to say to him, this would be the moment.
My lord.
Yes.
We would speak to Irina.
I imagine you would. You've shared such a history together, but unfortunately,
And he turns around at you.
Irina is indisposed. She is very preoccupied with her current assignment. I implore you, as much as I have been a gracious host, to give you food and wine from my table, and a prize to boot from my cellars. There are things that are mine and not yours. Lines that you should not cross. I do understand that you get what I mean.
Is she alive at least? Tell me that, and I will not even think to seek her out for the rest of this visit.
She is kept well, and her heart is beating. Tell me, Carla Lilac-Heart, what is your definition of life? Seeing as what of profession you have chosen in life. What is your understanding of life?
She has a pulse.
Yes. Oh, yes, she does.
Then you need not worry.
I know I don't.
And he turns
Would you
around
not even
again.
consider it? As a favor to me, if I can promise you, on my word, that no harm will come to her, that Carla will do nothing against you, say nothing against you. Can she not just see her? It would be such a burden. Relieved. Please, my lord. I beg of you.
I am not in the market of relieving burdens. You three have proven yourself capable heroes, leaders, strong. And with that comes the carrying of burdens. You will have to take my word that she becomes no harm, that she is alive and well. And with that, I shall take my leave. I've already given you a token of gratitude. It is your turn to do your end of the bargain, Casario.
Bargain?
He grins and walks away.
Bargain?
I tried, Carla. Sorry, I tried.
Okay.
What does he have on you?
We should leave this place. The only thing left for us here is death. We have what we came for. Sorry, Carla, I tried.
It's fine.
What did he mean by bargain? What does he have on you? You can tell me, Kazariel.
I cannot tell you here, John.
I understand. He's gonna look close to her and say, please don't shut me out. And he'll nod.
Would you still like to look around, Carla? Or should we go?
I don't want to be here any longer.
Carla.
I will message John. What?
Are we looking for the gem thing? The green one that we gave him?
It's probably with her. Probably gave it to her. Little show off. Oh, it's in the treasury with Cyrus, and I don't know if we could even find it. I don't know if I want to be here. I don't know if we're ready to take it.
Retreat and regroup is always an option.
Retreat and regroup. Said his door is always open.
You found something in that room over there, and he'll gesture towards the room with the staircase.
Yes. We can exit that way.
We may not want to tip our hand and show that we know that.
Of course, I think at the front entrance is the best way to go. Yes.
Yeah, he'll even say to you in the message that you try not to let your enemy know where you know of their weakness.
I know. Carla will clutch the bag of holding kind of to herself and sort of look up at both of them, kind of waiting for them to take the lead on where they go.
He'll look back at Casario and Carla.
I'm gonna step forward and just... Silas! Are you there?
There is no response coming from any of the doors right now.
Silas, I'm sorry. I'm going to leave this here for you. I'm sorry I couldn't talk to you longer. And I'm gonna take out my holy symbol. One of my symbols of Saloon. Maybe take it off my armor. And I'll just put it on the floor. I hope we see you again.
Just to make sure, is that one of them or is that the one that you have?
Just a symbol of Saloon, from her armor, a hair piece or something. Just something that's hers that's sort of
right.
would remind someone of Casario.
Just want to make sure that's the significance of what you're doing. Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm going to give the one that allows me to cast spells away.
I was going to say, okay.
Yeah. Not that one. Yeah, it's just a little trinket, maybe maybe I'll just say a hair piece. So she'll take it out of her hair and part of her hair will fall down from the perfect plait that it's always in, and she'll just put it on the floor. It was nice to meet you, Silas. Take care of yourself. And I'll just turn and nod to John and Carla.
Well, let's not overstay our welcome, I suppose. And start walking back.
Yes.
And I think we're just going to go up the stairs one flight and then walk out the main hallway, I think, if that's
Sure.
not...
Before you go to the hallway, suddenly Carla hears a voice next to her.
I have news.
Yes. She'll message.
The one you seek is in the castle.
Where?
Look to the highest tower. He keeps her all the way up there.
Bastard. Thank you. Rest
Be
until I
safe.
call you again.
Thank you.
And he's gone. You will not have to move your token, so you just want to go outside? Because you can.
Yes.
Yes, to the
I
second
believe so.
floor.
Right. In that case, you are going here. Let me put your tokens. And there you are. You pass the double doors of the dining hall that you have been in before, and once again come back to the central round entry hall that leads to the entrance of the castle.
As we
A
move,
strange feeling wafts over you here. It's so easy. The battle that you've just had was so easy. Everything so far has been so easy.
as we move through, do we smell anything like any food, or do we hear any sounds like anyone moving, anything going on in the other rooms?
You hear the general sound of an old castle. A bit of wind. You hear the sound of crackling of the torches that are lit. You will hear some wooden beams creaking here and there is the odd strike of lightning. Other than that, the castle is eerily quiet, as if no one is living here.
This does feel like it was a bit too easy, but I don't think we should push our luck.
The last chance before we decide to leave. Does anyone want to do anything? You could visit the church, and she's going to point over at this direction where she remembers the like cathedral or altar to be.
John's gonna look over to Casariel and see what she's thinking.
I'll give Carla my significantly more subtle gesture to do the brain message thing than John's signal.
Yeah.
So yeah, she will absolutely see that and do that, and she'll be like, "Yes, sorry."
That map you have,
Yeah.
is it pretty easy to understand? Is there anything we should investigate before we go?
The only thing that it was a map constructed while the entire castle was only still in its infancy, and the only thing that I was able to see was that secret tunnel down, which means
On the
that
lower
it's
floor.
on the lower floor. But I'll need more time to investigate and recuperate before we come back. I was not prepared for this. I'm sorry.
Let me quickly read this unseen servant spell. 60 feet. Okay.
I think he said as long as we don't visit Arena, we're welcome to wander. Maybe we could go look at the chapel and see if it's improved in its state. Carla, are you all right? You look as odd as it sounds. Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Do you like? Does she look like she's
She looks
damaged?
haunted.
Okay.
No, she doesn't look damaged. She looks more like far away, but the like hit that she got with the ghost It didn't take as much out of her as it would have.
So he's gonna kneel down and look her in the eyes and just sort of like talk to her straight on. And he's like, I understand how unsettling this place may be. You know more than most how unsettling this place might be. But we need to keep our minds on task. Try to take a deep breath. Try to settle yourself. I know you can do this. You're braver than most people would think.
I hate feeling like I am playing right into his hands. And it's hard. I'm sorry. I will pull myself together.
No need to apologize. I think we're all a little bit rattled.
Mm.
It seems like he expected us to do what we did, but do you think we can do something unexpected and not get too far?
I think we did something unexpected. He came down to warn us about the accountant. I don't think he wants us talking to too many people in the castle.
If Ravenloft is in a lot of debt, do you think we could buy them out?
We only have 900 gold. Don't think so. Only 900, very casual. What if... Well, I mean, that's interesting. What did spook him, but not enough to kick us out, was talking to someone. I'm very good at interviewing people. They don't let me do it often, but I can. What if we go looking? Rahadin? Gwillem? Oh, there's ones. Wonder where they are. We can't talk to Irina, but there's nothing saying we can't talk to them.
If there's anyone who can get information out of people, it's probably you.
Sariel.
Those two have pledged their life to him for centuries. It would take quite a feat for them to give anything up. However, there are others.
Mm-hmm. We don't know how many brides he has locked away in here, squirreled away.
We do know of two.
I would like to ask
Two.
Gwillem.
One moment.
Okay.
And
Wait,
Carla
just got what Kasara was putting down. She picked it up. Yeah.
Wait, no, I did not. I don't know if you wanted me to do this.
Shit.
She was like, oh, okay. And she's going to run behind the pillar, and she's going to pull out the sending stone she has with Ludmilla. And she's going to contact her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't do it here, but yes, that's what Kasara, one of the people Kasara was talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
That's meta though. Do it. What you're gonna do? Yeah, do it.
Okay. Yeah, she will just very delicately.
There's no way that he can read minds.
He can. It's fine.
What?
Camilla.
Yes. It's been a while. Hello.
It is. We're in Castle Ravenloft right now. It's not very pleasant.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Anyone we should talk to? Anyone of note? Anyone of interest? Any point of interest?
I would avoid Strahd, Rahadin.
Mm-hmm.
You have spoken to Escher already, I understood.
He's dead now.
Well, that serves him right.
I agree.
I know just a person you should see.
Who?
Perhaps Gertruda. She should be in his bedroom, I imagine.
And where's his bedroom? What floor?
He's up a couple of flights of stairs. About 2, I reckon. It's near his study.
Oh, thank you, Ludmilla.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. and I will put it away. And then I will just kind of stand up and I'll look out expectantly, sort of waiting for Strahd. I'll kind of like wait for him almost from that.
Ludmilla now knows that you are in Ravenloft.
I know. I'll look out. I'll kind of look around, see if he's going to appear or anything like that.
You see John, and you don't see Casariel.
Casariel's like, this tapestry is lovely. No, it really is masterful. She's just like talking as loud as she can. And just about nonsense. Out of line of sight and loudly as she can talking.
Okay. Other than that, nothing happened here.
Okay.
Have you seen these tapestries? Aren't they beautiful? Do you know you can't give them to Bagman, obviously, but I'm sure he would love these. This must be something akin to, well, the finest. And she's gonna look at Carla like.
Oh, I know, absolutely beautiful. I mean, I do think they're too new for Bagman. He likes, a little bit of a stanky taste. How about we head upstairs? How about we go upstairs and have a look around? I am invigorated. I think there's potential here.
I've never understood tapestries. I always thought they were carpets. So, they're gone.
And as you guys move upstairs, we're gonna take our break. Hi everybody, we are back from our break. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we always love talking to you guys in Discord. So thank you for that. For those of you that were there. So what happened before the break? Well, you guys started in Castle Ravenloft. You had a short talk amongst each other in the throne room. You found a little letter there. And then you went into the accountant's room, which is just next to the throne room. You talked to the accountant of Strahd, and through a very smart guise and use of some cunning magic, you devised a plan that you were his assistants, and you got some information from him about a treasure room in the castle. You tried to get more information about the lockboxes that he has over there, but he wouldn't budge. You went down the stairs all the way to the larders of the castle because you wanted a cup of tea, which you, by the way, forgot to take with you. Down there, you opened up a set of double doors and you noticed that there was a grand hall behind it made entirely of bones. The table, the chairs, the decoration. And one of those bones was the skull of Argynvost hanging as a chandelier above the table. You liberated the skull after a short fight with a couple of skeletons that came to life in the room. And when you wanted to exit the room, Strahd was there waiting for you, commending you on your staunch attack on the room, and said that you could keep your little trinket, of course. Down there, you also met with Cyrus Bellevue, one of the servants of Strahd, who you tried to, well, almost scare into giving you the skull, but he couldn't help you. And he ran off before you could get anything useful from him. After some talking amongst yourself, you walked back to the main room and then decided to go back up to the throne room. And that is where we are right now. I wish you good luck. Let's see where you guys go.
Okay. Is there like another staircase up that we can see from here?
From here, no. The staircase that you just came through are just two staircases that are connecting the hallway that you came from on the ground floor. There is a set of double doors here, and there is the door that leads to the accountant's room. Other than that, there's nothing connecting to this.
Then I will push open the double doors.
Wonderful. Behind that, there is a very small in-between corridor, which looks like it should have served as a guard post. Left and right, there is a bit of an area that shows a couple of murder holes that are looking out on the throne room. It seems that guards should have been posted here to keep in tabs on the throne room. Right now, it is completely barren, and all that remains are cobwebs. In front of you is another set of double doors.
Towards the double doors.
Wonderful. And as you open those, there is a relatively large corridor in front of you. The corridor itself is beautiful. but old and decrepit. Carla, as you rush forward,
I'm right behind her.
This hallway.
I can.
All right,
Okay, cool.
I will allow that. As you rush through this hallway, halfway the hallway, you suddenly hear a loud snap behind you, as if some archer that is watching over this hallway releases an arrow towards you. Both of you will take an arrow in the back.
Hey.
It's not nice.
The spectral arrow hits the both of you for 4 points of damage. If you turn around, there's nothing there.
Said it's spectral, so like it's spirity.
Yes.
I'll pull out the crystal ball, my detector, and see if that's going haywire.
Within this hallway? No.
It's not okay now.
Divine sense. I'm gonna scan around and just open myself up to whatever might be there.
What is your range on that again?
60 feet. And it's with anything that's not behind cover. So
nothing lights up for you.
Okay.
But it will be active for a little while, right?
No, it's only active for 1 round.
All right. In that case, nothing happens.
So it's like a pulse goes out and
you like a ripple.
What happened?
Something shot us in the
hit
back.
us. It might be a trap. Carla's going to kind of look along the walls. Is there anything that like stands out, like with the statues and stuff like that?
So the statues along the walls are mostly defaced and broken. Nothing really stands out, but if you're looking specifically for traps, you will notice that a couple of the tiles in the middle of this hallway are a bit uneven. The ones that you and John stepped on.
Seems there's traps in place. I would recommend having a light step, Casariel, and I'll point out the ones that we stepped on. And then I will pick my way forward, and this time I'll do it very carefully, and I'll guide John as I'm going so that we don't step on anything else.
Yeah, and I'm gonna watch behind us.
Beyond that part, you are fine to traverse this hallway. Casariel, now that you know where the trap are, you should be fine.
Go to the next double doors and...
Well, is Casariel following?
Yeah, I'm wait. I'm gonna stay behind cover until they yeah, she's gonna keep an eye on them, but I'm gonna stay, since I'm already over here. Might as well stay behind cover. Just so one of us has to stay alive. In case.
All right, you previously, I think you had cast Death Ward on us before we entered the castle. Was that correct?
I did.
Okay. So looking back, does she make any gesture to John to scout ahead or anything like that?
She gives him a look like death is around every single corner, and this entire place is designed to murder you, if a look would say that. Stoker! Shh.
Casariel, now that you're waiting here for a second, I imagine like you're doing the more like stealthy approach like you've learned in commando school, right? So you're just standing here, you're keeping an eye, but you're also keeping an eye on your surroundings, because that's what you do, right?
Absolutely.
While you are waiting in this room, you'll notice that there is also a bit of light coming from the wall towards the north. And right before your eyes, a door appears in the wall.
Oh. Carla?
Carla's probably opening the double doors at this point.
Fair.
John!
What?
Get Carla! Get Carla!
Carla, Casariel said something.
And get your dog! He's biting the shit out of my feet right now. Stoker!
What?
For those of you that are wondering, Casariel has a very small familiar with her that is a very, very cute little thing, but he still has to learn that when people are playing Dungeons and Dragons, you should not bite her toes.
Ow.
I will turn back, I suppose.
She's trying to get our attention, yeah. Oh, hey, watch the tiles, the ones that you specifically showed him.
You will be fine.
I found a well, you look at it. It's I'll point to the secret door.
It seems that a door has materialized in the wall, and other than the fact that it just appeared, it seems like a normal door.
I will reach out and place like a single finger on it.
Yep.
And cast Identify.
Nothing pops up
door.
other than just a door.
Okay. Let me just take that spell slot away. Okay, then I will try to open the door.
I can scout ahead if you want. Or
the door itself
take point.
will open. And there's a hallway behind it. The hallway itself is dark, unlit, but it has been swept relatively clean, save for a couple of cobwebs. You're noticing that there is a clear door on the side, but otherwise, at the end, this hallway just ends into nothingness.
Carla, what are we
Now
looking
that is
for?
interesting.
Yes, but it also seems very much like a trap. It opened up for us the second we tried to get close to the other door. And Carla's going to take the bag of tricks and pull out one of them and send in whatever animal comes out down. So, what?
Here you are. I'm going to Casario will sweep over her eyes and hold her hands over the other two's eyes. I'll give you eyes of night, so you can all see in the dark now.
Ah, smart.
There you are. You wouldn't want to miss this, would you?
No. Let me find that bag.
Maybe we would.
Everything looks so bright whenever you do that.
A giant weasel comes out and starts sneaking its way down the hall and kind of sniffing at things. And I'm going to say, go just step everywhere.
So I can't do weasel sound, so it's probably going to be like, and it'll just like, just sniff around.
Go as far as you can.
It'll bump into the wall over there, and then look at you expectantly.
Oh, it does just look like, okay, well, alright. And Carla will step through.
I'm gonna pull out my sword and illuminate it so that I can look very closely at the floor and we can see a little bit more. Even though we have dark vision, I still, extra light.
Yeah, so Carla will do that. She will kind of step in, but she'll be very cautious of where she's stepping after having like the last go of it, and she'll just kind of like look around herself. Investigate.
The hallway itself seems barren, save for a couple of cobwebs. And the door.
I'm going to stay within 10 feet of her.
All right.
I'm going to go to the door, mage hand up, open the door if I can.
You can. As you open the door, you notice that you see a rather long chamber with 8 canopied beds. There's a couple of oil lamps that are illuminating the otherwise plain wood panel walls. In one of the beds, there's a woman laying on a sheet on one of the beds. As you open the door, she turns towards you, surprised, and drops the sheet that she was holding. Around her rather slender neck, she has a beautiful ruby
pendant. Oh, who are you? Explain yourself. What are you doing in my room?
Kala Lelakot, we were exploring the castle on leave of the Lord, and we're looking around to see, you know, all the different areas. I'm sorry for disturbing you. What's your name?
My name is Helga Ruvak. Come in, please. You don't seem like the aggressive sort.
No, of course not. I have some companions as well. Is it okay if they enter? John and Casariel.
If they are on good authority, of course. Please.
Yes, they will behave.
I'm proper.
I'll let Casaro go first if she wants.
Thank you,
Carola's
John.
gonna kind of.
Thank you.
Carla will like slowly make her way towards closer to Helga, very non-threatening, but she'll be looking around at the canopy beds and she'll be like, do you share this room with many people?
I guess the room is made to share with others, but no, this has been my room for a little while.
How long have you been staying at the castle?
Not too long. I think about a year, maybe. It's hard to keep track of time. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
What about you? What are you doing here? I don't get many visitors.
We came because we were given an invitation to, or at least Casariel was, and she asked us to come, and we decided to look around while we were here. You know, not too often you get to see a castle in these lands.
Right.
Yeah. Are you here of your own will?
Well, I guess yes. I am what they call a lady in wait. I serve Lady Karolova. And I have been for... Yes, Karolova. I've been serving her for several years, but Lady Karolova has hired another lady in waiting. She's called Gertruda, from what I heard. And I fear my lady is not happy with my work and wishes to replace me. I understand I maybe have been a tad passive. I only wish to serve my lady, of course. The last I saw Gertruda, she was heading towards the Lord's private chambers. I imagine perhaps to report me to the Lord. So I guess I'll just wait here.
If your other lady has no need for you, does that mean you are available for work? Because we have a mansion just outside of Valaki. We could, if you were willing, and you
I would actually love that. Could I come with you?
Of course. Pack everything that you have here.
Wonderful. I don't have much to my name, but give me 3 minutes and I will come with you. Yes.
Okay. And okay, so what you're going to do? And Carla will take out like a piece of paper, and she will start sketching out a path down to the secret exit.
Uh-huh.
And she's going to say, go this way, and we will meet you outside there. And when we are done our visit.
You'll have to forgive me. I haven't been in this castle for too long, and most of that has been in this room and a couple of times in other bedrooms. I'm not much of a fighter, and I'm rather scared alone. Would it be okay if I join you? At some point, you're going to have to leave the castle, are you not? Or are you permanent visitors like the rest?
No, we will have to leave at some point. Then we still have a lot of our visit left. Are you able to wait here?
I can. I can also just tag along and like stay behind. I'm very happy that I have someone to talk to right now, and I don't like, if you go out that room, I'm not sure if you're going to come back. Of course, I do not want to be a burden, but I could hang behind and go along with you if that's okay.
Yes.
Some places in this castle are more dangerous than others, and we wouldn't want you to get hurt.
So, if any sign of danger, you run towards the exit.
That is okay. I can do that. Yes. And do you have anything that I can defend myself with? I'm not much with a weapon, but
Can you either stay here, or can we meet in the lobby and downstairs where we came in? Carla, I don't think she should tag along with us, even if there's danger.
If Rahadin knows that I'm not in my place, there will be a severe consequence. Please let me come with you.
I
can stay behind. I will not be a burden.
John, I can't leave her here.
I know we're not.
John.
We don't have to leave her here. I'm just saying that if she comes with us, what happens if she gets harmed while we're moving through the castle?
Are you sure you can't wait here just a little bit longer? And I promise you, I promise you we will come back.
I've been promised so much in my time here. But if that is truly what you wish, I will not go against you. A chance at leaving this place is, I guess, all I can ask for.
I can give you this. And she'll hold out her hand. And she will take Helga's hand and she'll go, I can make it so that no one would see you until we arrive back.
Oh, that works. Yes.
I hate to step in here. Are we really going to steal a handmaiden from Castle Ravenloft?
Well, we are going towards the direction of Lord Strahd's bedroom, which is where Gertruda is, you mentioned.
No.
She is a servant. She is someone who gets paid. We could buy her servitude. That is the plan.
Well, then she should come with
That's
us. We have no
stealing.
reason to sneak anyone anywhere. We're not trying to steal anything.
We just got
We're
shot in
going
the back. What if she got shot?
Oh, please, I hope not. But
Sorry,
I believe I'm relieved of my duties now that Gertruda is brought in. If that is true, I think I'm free to go. I hope.
But you said that if Rahadin found you, you'd be in trouble.
Maybe Rahadin doesn't know yet. I wouldn't dare try this on my own, but with you, maybe I'm a little safer.
No, this is perfect. You stay here, or come with us, and we have every reason to go seek out Gertruda now. We have to ask her, obviously, if we may take you for our own, if she doesn't need you anymore. It's a perfectly sensible thing to do.
Absolutely. I will come with you, and that is absolutely fine. I can wait behind.
And you lead the way, actually, to where Gertruda was going. It's a tour guide. We're not going to be exploring willy-nilly. We'll be going directly there. And she'll kind of look at John when she says this.
Oh, but I believe it will be in Strahd's, Lord Strahd's bedroom.
Well,
Should be fine, though, right? You're saying that Gertrude is there and you need to talk to her?
I don't need to talk to her.
We should probably talk to her to make sure that nobody gets the wrong idea.
Sure. I'm sure. You lead the way, and I will follow you.
What do you normally
know
charge?
where it is?
Excuse me?
I was just asking what you normally charge as a lady in waiting. You said you clean up and other things. I imagine you're
You care for the lady of the Lady Carella, you said?
right.
I do not charge. It is an honor to serve the way that I do. I guess.
I don't understand.
What is your job specifically? You said you were the lady in waiting to... Lady who? What was the second name you said?
Oh, Lady Karolova.
Karolova. Is she within this castle?
I imagine so. I haven't seen her in a little while, but she lives in this castle, yes. And as a lady in waiting, I tend to her every need. I help her dress and do her makeup, and I clean up, and do well. And she gets a little blush on her cheeks. I perform other services if required, but I make sure that she is attended to her every need. Yes.
Okay. Well, yes. Is Lady so you wouldn't know where she is. So Gertruda has been taking care of Lady Caravola for some time now.
Karolova, yes, I think so. I have been called upon for a little while, and I think with Gertruda coming in, perhaps she has taken my place. I'm pretty sure that might be it.
Looking at her, does she look vampiric in any way? Is she giving me any vibes of that?
What do you define as vampiric?
So like the sort of pallor skin, and like I'm looking at her neck to see if there's any bite marks and that sort of thing. I'm kind of looking for. In my head I'm like, she's been staying in this room. What has she been eating?
Give me a medicine check.
Ooh, those are different. $15.
Okay. She has, first of all, beautiful blonde hair. If anything, you can understand that this girl has been selected to perform certain tasks because she is very, very beautiful. She has stunning green eyes, and she has a very pasty, pristine white skin. Yes, in that regard, she does have some of that vampiric essence that vampires have. Vampires are always, well, not always, but most of the times, very beautiful because they have that very fair complexion, the very deep eyes, the very sort of gaunt features that very much define the face. She has all of that. But at a quick glance, you don't notice any bite marks.
I'll turn back and I'll say to Casariel in her head, like, I don't know if I'm making a good decision here, but I don't know if I can leave her here. What do you think?
I objectively think it would seem as though you've entered someone's house as a guest and stolen one of their servants. And
Not Strahd's.
It would seem like that because that is precisely what you would have done. However, you say your services are not used, and I and Carla could certainly use a handmaiden, someone with your experience, so perhaps we can just simply ask the lady of the house or the lord of the castle if we may take you into our keeping.
Hire her, or I mean,
Yes.
if her contract is up or whatever, however this thing works. But
So-
I don't fully understand the situation. It's not really my place.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to talk to either the Lord of the Castle or Lady Caravola or Gertruda, and we are going to go and get your services confirmed with us, because I do fear that it would put you in more danger if we just simply took you with us. But I'm not going to leave you here undefended, and I
Just leave
will.
me here.
I won't. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a silver dagger from my pack, and I'm going to hand it to her blade side so that she has to touch the silver.
And she looks at the dagger. And she tries to grab it by the handle, but you see that she's
I'll try
sort
to
of struggling.
Yeah, I'll subtly sort of tip it against her as I'm putting it in her hand to try and see if the silver has any effect.
She moves her hand out of the way. I'm sorry. And she pulls her hand back.
I
I'm
tried to-
very bad with swords and knives, and perhaps it's better to not give me a weapon. If you give me a weapon, perhaps that gives off the wrong impression.
It's just to make sure you can defend yourself against that horrible little
I see
rat
what Carla's
behind
doing, and I'm going to blink and cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay.
As you do that, you notice that she is charismatically evil.
Evil, huh?
Charismatically
Straight up
evil?
evil?
Charismatically evil.
Oh.
You mean chaotically evil, or
No,
you
just
meant
neutral.
Oh, okay. Okay, but evil. But is she a fey, fiend, celestial, or undead?
Undead, ma'am.
Oh, Kala.
I will try
afraid-
to actually, like, put the dagger in her hand very forcibly.
I'm afraid if you do that, you'll have a reaction, perhaps. If you don't want her harmed, you should not do that.
Blade is very sharp. And in Casario's head,
And
I'll
also-
go...
Also made of silver, is it not? I'm gonna look at Helga.
The blade. I'm not sure.
Perhaps just leave it here. Are you still trying to put it in her hand, Carla?
No, when Casario speaks, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I forget that these are sharp. I've never cut myself with one before. And I'll tuck it away, and in Casario's head, I'll go, is she?
She is undead.
Okay.
I mean, we're not giving her a blade. She's not getting in any fights. We're not going to put you in harm's way.
You stay there. We will go talk to Gertruda.
But
We
you
will go
can't
talk to
leave
Lady.
me here.
Carla will start backing up towards like Casario, and it's like, we will be back. I promise you, we will not leave you here. And she'll try to put like every bit of emotion that she has in there that she feels for Arena, so that it comes across as like convincing as she starts like stepping back.
You notice that her gaze, that has been on you, Carla, for the entire time, trying to convince you that she really wants to come with you. She briefly looks towards the door.
Fuck, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Do you know what?
No.
You're not coming with us because you're going to get hurt. We just got shot in the back. Not letting that happen to you too.
Don't.
Stay.
Hey, you guys can roll for initiative.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. That's
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm loving these
He
initiative
grabbed
rolls.
me. He grabbed me by the balls of like where I care about.
Hey, a skeleton room got me
Sure
earlier.
did.
I totally understand. All good.
Yeah.
And trust me, the alternative, actually trying to take her with you, would have been so much more terrible than what you guys are doing right now.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, guys. What the hell?
All right, tell me.
I got
what do you
a natural 20 for 24.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Okay. John?
17.
17. Casario.
21.
Oh, come
Wonderful.
on.
You've been on a good roll,
I
buddy. I'm
rolled
so
so
sorry.
good.
Let me mark that spell
So
slot off.
good. Yeah, John was getting a little bit confused, and he was about to use detect or divine sense, and yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
All right. Carla, you are first. What are you going to do?
I
Also, for context, the last thing she said to you definitely had a different voice, and you're pretty sure what's going on here right now.
yeah. I am going to. What am I going to do? That necklace that's on her.
Yep.
I'm going to heat metal at 3rd level as I sort of
Cool.
like step away. So she needs to give me a. Oh no, I think it's just oh, there, let me check. If holding creatures. Okay.
I think the saving throw is just to drop it or get it off you or something.
Yes. Okay, so she only has to do a saving throw to drop it, but she's just going to take that fire damage.
Yep.
As it starts sort of heating up. So Carla will kind of like start stepping back, realize she's like turned on her and realize like her mistake here, and she's going to lock directly onto the locket, and like it will glow purple, and Helga is going to take 3d8 of fire damage.
Yep.
And since it's one of my bard spells, I'm throwing in an extra d6. 15 fire damage as it sort of like starts spreading from her neck and kind of burning in from there. And she can try to, you know, unlock it if she wants, take it off if she wants, but that's happening. And then for my bonus action, I am going to roll a tail.
All right.
And okay, that will come into effect next round.
Wonderful. Helga will indeed pull the necklace or what's left of it from her neck and throw it on the ground. I imagine that's a saving throw?
It's a dexterity saving throw of 16.
All right, she easily makes that with a dirty 20.
Okay.
So she throws it off her neck, destroying the ruby pendant, which was worth 750 gold pieces. Just to rub it in. Because, goddammit, that was a very smart move. And she assails John, as he is the closest, as she rushes towards him. And
do her features change as she's doing this?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Like, her features go from, like, this cutesy, beautiful lady to a woman that is aged around 60 to 70 with large fangs and red eyes as she accosts you. As she rushes towards you, she uses the remainder of her action, because she uses the action to throw the necklace away. She uses the remainder to do 2 attacks on you, 1 bite and 1 claw attack. Let's see if they hit. For the claw attack, I am getting a 22.
As she does that, he pulls up a shield, and you see an array of strings come around as he casts shield from it.
Perfect. That doesn't hit. But she tries to go around your shield, and she tries to bite you for a natural 20.
I think that might hit.
Yeah. That hits for... I'm going to actually have to roll for that. Hang on.
Interesting.
Because that is a base damage plus... that is a total of 12 piercing damage.
Ow.
And... because I'm doing separate, if you don't have... I'm not sure if you have any bonuses. 11 points of necrotic damage.
Nope, no bonuses.
Alright. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty. Oh, okay. I like this die. That's a 25.
Alright, wonderful. You are not feeling exhausted because of this, but your hit point maximum does reduce by 11 points.
Okay. So with my previous aid, that's -1.
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. All right. Just verifying you guys can hear me like normal, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful. That brings us to Casariel.
As she goes for John, Casariel conjures a sphere in her hands, holds it in front of her, and then casts Spirit Guardians. So moons in all of its phases begin to swirl around her. And then I will... yeah, he's already there, so I'm just gonna stay here. It's 15 feet, so let me just... Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, Casariel's just gonna stay there as she just begins to like shoot out all these moons that are just begin swirling around her. And that's my turn.
That doesn't do anything else other than that, right?
Nope, not yet.
All right. John, your turn.
All right, so she sinks her fangs into his neck, and he immediately pulls up the sword that he's been sort of like having at low ready, and just tries to clear the area in front of him by swiping. And that is natural 20. Okay,
that hits.
All right. Okay, we did this earlier. I'm loving this. This is my Grania die now. It went into dice jail before, but it's okay. 5 plus 21. So that is going to be 28 points of radiant damage.
Times 2, which is
56.
56. Noted.
And then one more swipe. Like that one hits pretty deep, and he'll rear around and try again. And that is going to be a 23 to hit.
That barely hits.
Oh God. Okay. And seeing the first one, like she doesn't look like she's bloody or anything from the first one, so I'm gonna dump a smite on this one too. Okay. And that is gonna be 22 radiant damage from the regular, and then the smite. And so she's undead, so that's gonna be another D8 with smite.
Yes.
That's 22 from the stab, and then an additional, holy crap, 21 from the smite. So all radiant damage. So that's a total of 43.
Now she's bleeding.
Okay. 43 radiant damage. And so yeah, he'll do both of those, and then bonus action shove with the shield. I'm gonna try to get some distance. So that is a strength check from me, contested with a strength or dexterity from her.
All right. Tell me what you got.
All right. So my strength check is not that great, I don't think. I got an 18.
She dodges out of the way with a 19.
Okay. So yeah, I swipe twice, doing some damage, and then try to push, and she's still right there. So I'm gonna hold my ground.
Alrighty. That brings us to the top of the round. Carla, what do you do?
First things first, in front of John, his, like, the spiritual form of, like, his brother comes forward. And anytime that Helga tries to hit him, she will take 10 bardic, like, arcane damage, basically. As sort of, like, every time she hits him, his brother sort of reaches out and hits her back. For even daring to touch his little brother. And then from there, I am going to look her dead in her eye and say, Helga! And from there, she's going to have to make me an intelligence saving throw as I try to psychic lance her.
Oh, wow. Good call. Okay. That is a intelligence check, I believe, right?
Intelligence saving throw.
Right.
So.
That's a 16 that I got.
Meets it, beats it, so it doesn't. It fails. Yeah. On a failed save, on a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage. So she's still going to take damage as sort of like my words pierce into her. As I sort of like put all of the energy of like, I was trying to help you into it. And she is going to take, what is this? D6s. 7d6 halved.
So that is a 4d6.
Yeah. So when it meets it, beats it, even with enemies, it doesn't take into effect, right? Just like that counts as like a successful save.
Correct.
So like my thing is 16, so she hit 16, okay.
Correct. Basically the last roll in whatever encounter you're doing wins in that case.
Okay. 16, 18. And I'm going to throw an extra bardic in there. 1. Okay. That is going to be 19 halved. So that's going to be
10.
What?
Because you can
10.
You can use
Yes.
yeah, it's advantage. What kind of damage is it?
Psychic.
Cool. That is full damage. Noted.
Full damage, yeah. And that's my turn. From there, I'm going to like try and like basically duck behind the canopy beds with my movement to make sure I'm not going to get as hit with anything that's flying.
All right. But Helga, who's having her turn right now, has definitely noticed what you did to her, and she will rush past John, and she will attack you.
Does he get a...
Before that happens...
Oh, yes.
As she rushes, she passes through the moons that are circling around Casariel, and she must make a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty.
Please.
She has... Ooh, that's not that great. How about an 11?
She takes 12 points of radiant damage as the moons just crash into her and thrash through her undead skin.
Alright. She's starting to look every bit as creepy as you would expect a vampire to look. Most of that pretty facade is all gone. But she does reach Carla and she attacks you. That'll be 2 claw attacks, 1 bite attack. 1 claw will go for a 25.
That hits.
1 will go for a 17.
That hits.
And a bite attack, which will go for a 23.
That sure does hit.
Alright. For the claws, that is 16 points of slashing damage.
Each or altogether?
Together.
Okay.
For the bite attack, it is 6 points of piercing damage, 7 points of necrotic for a total of 13.
Mm-hmm.
And your hit point maximum is reduced by 7.
Oh, okay.
It should still have a +3 from the aid from earlier. Just
correct.
Keeping tabs.
Okay.
And that brings
All right.
us to Casario.
As she sees all of this happen, she's going to conjure up 3, 1, 2, 1 in the middle moon bolts, and they just all kind of come together and pulse, and then she just hurls the whole thing right at her at the same time.
So cool.
Cool. Such a great description.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. 1 is a natural 20.
That doesn't hit. Oh, it does.
1 is 19, and 1 is 27.
All 3 hit. Wow.
Yes. So
Nice.
for the natural 20,
Yes.
I rolled a 4, so that's 8 points of radiant damage. Or do I roll max damage on that? On natural?
So you can. What is the dice that you need to roll for that? What does it say?
A 10, a D10.
All right, so it's 10 plus whatever you roll.
Okay, so that's 14 points of radiant damage.
All right, noted.
Plus another 8 points of radiant damage, plus another 2 points of radiant damage.
She takes a beating, but she's still standing.
If I use my movement to move, can I move between Carla and her, or can I?
You can't end your turn there. What are you trying to do?
Okay. I'm trying to shield Carla with my body, with my movement.
I will allow you to stand next to her and basically add +2 AC to her AC.
Okay, I'll do that.
Cool.
All right, that's it for me.
All right. John, your turn.
All right. So as she rushes past me, she's still within reach. So John steps up next to her and just lights into her with 2 hits, and or attempting to hit 2 hits. You're not gonna believe this. I got another natural 20. I swear. I really like the. Okay. Yes. It's the blue one. Anyway.
All right, so that hits.
I know how unbelievable it sounds. Okay. 8 plus 16, 24 plus 7, 31 radiant damage.
Yes.
And I'm going to. So again, he's hitting her right like in the back of the neck. He's wailing on her, do as much damage as he can. And balance of the universe, I got a 2, which makes it a 13.
For the second hit.
Yes.
All right. That one doesn't hit.
Okay. So I'm going to use my bonus action. Oh, what happens? Oh, okay. So she rushes forward, digs her claws into Carla. The moon bolts are hitting her, and as the moon bolts hit her, it like she reels back, claws coming out of Carla, and just John clotheslines her with the sword and beheads her. And look over at Casariel and Carla to see how they're doing.
They get splattered in vampire blood, but otherwise, I think they're doing fine. You utterly destroy this vampire. She topples down to the ground and dies.
I'm going to pull out the staff and use the cure. I think I have the cure wounds from before.
Sario's going to take a stake out of her pack, twirl it in her hand, jump on top of her, and plunge it into the center of her chest.
As you do that, her body jolts once from your impact, which might be because of the force that you put into stabbing this stake into her heart. But who knows? And her body slowly burns into ash.
Carla's like sitting there in the ash as it sort of like, goes down and kind of falls around. And she's going to like look up at the two of them and say, I'm very sorry.
You get 8 health points as the phase staff pulses. I should have been more. I should have checked. Good job, Casariel. I should have found out. I'm sorry. Can't trust anybody.
I'm gonna take Carla's hands and kind of help her up because she was kind of like ducking behind this structure.
Mm-hmm.
I understand your need to save vulnerable creatures in this saloon forsaken land. But you have to remember that in this place, nothing is what it seems.
I will. I'm sorry.
Are you alright?
Yes, I think I will be fine. But how are you two doing?
I'm doing fine.
I'm also fine.
Are you feeling all right? You've been hurt pretty badly. Here.
This amulet, and I'll kind of like touch the amulet of health. It helps a lot in sort of making these hits not as bad. It's okay. I'll make it through.
On top of the 8 from the phase staff, he's going to put his hand near your neck and try to heal the bite wound, and up to 14 lay on hands points into you. If you can
Thank you.
Take that.
And Casariel will touch her on the other side and restore 11 with healing hands. So her hand sort of glows.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You're keeping your principles even in a land like this. We have to be careful, yes, but don't lose who you are. It
wasn't principles. That was just... I didn't want to fail again. That's all. Which was stupid. And almost got us killed. That's not good. And she'll kind of like stand up and like dust herself off.
This poor girl probably didn't even agree to any of this. You're absolutely right. In everything you're doing, Carla. Don't forget that. It's just very dangerous and we have to be wise.
Yeah, unfortunately you've had to be wise enough for the three of us this entire time. This was a wake-up call.
Having trust issues really has only served me in Barovia. Before that, it was a terrible burden, I assure you.
I mean, hopefully, if we ever make it back to Neverwinter, at that point, we can be the wise ones, and I'll, like, kind of nudge John a little bit, like, kind of teasingly, like, you know, maybe then our skills will come in use, but yes.
We can all put vampire
Diligence.
hunters down on our, whatever passes for resumes in this land.
One of the few things that does get me through this entire thing is the idea that the story that will come out of it will be of epic proportions. Werewolves, vampires, ghosts, spirits, an evil lord, a whole journey. Oh, incredible. A mad scientist. These are things that no one is going to believe. But have all happened.
When we get back to the Silver Star, we'll drink for months on these stories, Ariel.
Carla. Irina.
I'm not looking for her. I know. I don't want to anger him, and I don't want to see her like this. And I'll look down at the, like, ashes.
My mother. She is the strongest person I've ever known. And if she could not resist him...
She'll, like, grab your hand and, like, hold it tightly. And just kind of sit with the moment for a bit. And then kind of, like, start leading the way out.
And before they walk out, John's going to grab or rest a hand on Casario's shoulder and say, "You're the strongest person that I've ever known. Please don't sell yourself short." And we'll walk out.
I think we should go save some people we know we can save.
Maybe we can get that accountant his tea.
I don't think we should do that. I don't think he's earned it. He's quite rude to us.
Where did your weasel go? Oh,
He's still hanging out up there.
As you walk out of the room, you notice that the little scoundrel that you created through your little bag of tricks is sniffing near the wall to the north. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about the wall itself, yet your weasel is being kept rather busy over there.
I'll, like, walk up to him and, like, scoop him up and be like, "Oh, you're causing a bit of a bother." But while I'm there, I'll kind of look at what he was sniffing at.
Right. Give me a perception check.
It's a 5.
There's nothing there.
Nothing there? Take the weasel with me.
Okay.
Kind of, like, hold him in my hand and, like, pet the top of his head. Save people we think we can save. Do you have someone in mind?
The weasel just looks at you happily.
Do you think it's strange that the Lord of this land continues to say that Argentvost was a plague on the land? Do you think there's any truth to it? Why would he say that?
I mean, all leaders who take anything through conquest are plagues on the land. I don't doubt that Argentvost was just another, you know, evil ruler on top of Strahd. I've never had the impression that he's been good, but he is the key to freeing John's brother and possibly getting those skeletons on our side.
The perspective of a man who delights in the suffering of others is not one I believe I would share.
How very profound of you.
Yeah, I had to think about that for a minute. I was like, wait. Oh.
It's just, he's going to walk forward. The skeletons are still... There's literal skeletons in Strahd's closet.
Actually, his larder.
In his larder, yes. Skeletons in the larder. So stopping at the doors, he's going to look back and sort of look to Carla and Casariel to see what their indications are.
Are we just going to follow into more traps like this? If we continue on in this castle, are we going to gain anything from exploring? And like the weasel is like crawling over her at this point, like she's just.
You mentioned someone in there, Karlova and Gertrude. Who?
Lady Karlova and Gertrude. Had a little conversation with a friend, and she mentioned Gertruda. But you know, I don't know if that's particularly something we want to explore, given what we've just dealt with. I don't think I'd have the magical capabilities to deal with anything going south more than anything else.
Do you think Strahd would be opposed to us spending the night?
I don't know if Strahd would be, but I don't think I'd feel comfortable.
I know what you mean. I don't think I could stay in this castle knowing what's down below.
What's ruling above?
Well, if it's an open invitation, we may be able to come back if we're more prepared. I don't think we're
Prepared
done
for a long exploration.
I don't think we've seen the last of this place. We fought a house before coming here. We're owed a rest.
True. Unless there's a reason we should stay, and she'll kind of like look at Xariel with a little like. Do you know? Toker. Sorry, the weasel is nipping at your feet. I'm so sorry.
I can hear him.
I'm so sorry to break immersion, but my microphone is going doop, doop. He's below my desk pulling the cord, and my microphone just kidding.
He's like,
hilarious.
No, attention now.
It's so cute. I love it.
Oh my God. I don't know how he'll feel about us damaging his property. But I think I don't necessarily think harm would come to us, but I don't think we should explore anymore. I think that was the least of what's waiting for us here. Every inch of this castle is of his making. It's filled with people who serve him.
If we leave,
mindlessly.
we do have means to return. I think retreating and regrouping might be for the best.
Yes.
And we should probably
Said it was a no.
we should probably be gracious guests and exit in a manner he believes we would. I assume. I don't know if he can
John.
see us. You have a friend in here? Never mind.
And I'll hold out the weasel to him to try and like confuse him.
He'll get real close to the weasel and they'll like basically be touching noses for a second. He's like, "Oh, you're weird." Okay.
Oh, us halflings, we talk to everything. Yeah, I think it's time to leave.
I think we're heading out.
All right. How are you guys leaving?
Main entrance.
Front door.
Alrighty. Casario, are you following?
Yes.
Alright. I'll help you. Hang on. In that case, you are once again near the ground floor right now. You have a small staircase going down into the great entry, central room. which would lead either out of the castle or towards the chapel.
I think we're leaving.
We're leaving.
Alrighty. In that case, you guys have a choice to leave the castle.
Yeah, we're straight out the way we came in.
All right. As soon as you leave the Great Entry and you go near the actual entry of the castle itself.
What was that, Casario?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to. This is the room with the dragons, right?
The one where John and
Gargoyles.
Carla are standing in right now. Where you stand, where
Oh,
you
this
are
is the
standing, is the room with the gargoyles.
Okay. Yeah, I think Casariel would sort of look around her and just say, "Thank you for your hospitality, my lord."
Somehow you don't get an answer, but you do get a sense in your head as if that is appreciated. Nothing else happens.
Right.
John, Carla, as you were the first to enter the foyer of the castle, there are 4 stone dragons here, depicted on the columns that are supporting this little room. And as you walk into them, dead set on leaving the castle, you would for a moment think that the stone dragons that have been immaculately carved out of the stone on top of the pillars are all looking at you in a way as if they would have come alive. But as you look up to see what is happening, they just seem to be stone pillars and nothing more.
Place gives me the creeps.
Mm.
Do the dragons seem like they have been carved and set into the walls more recently than when the castle was first built?
Give me a perception check. That's a good question.
19 plus.
Wow. Awesome.
5.
No, they don't look like they have been put in recently. However, they definitely look like they have been immaculately carved in such a way that it's almost impossible to think that someone has the craftsmanship to make dragons look this detailed.
They're guards, okay. Got it.
Make of that whatever you want.
They're
Okay.
creepy. That's what they are. And we're looking for a carriage now.
Unfortunately, there is no carriage outside the castle. If you wish to leave, you will have to do so on foot.
I use the remaining spell slots to bonus action Misty Step all the way home. No. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dave. That file already exists.
I
Cannot do that.
think we should make camp not far from the castle.
I think we made camp across the bridge before, didn't we?
We did.
A mile
we-
away, perhaps less. Something of that nature. Not to be too specific, but round about a mile.
Okay. Yes.
You wish
we'll walk
to
that far.
move away from the castle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
Find
make
like a secure spot and camp up as we usually do.
In that case, feel free to do so. I will move your token to the castle. Do with it what you will.
Yeah, I think we would go down the road a bit until like this curve, and then we would find like a patch of the trees that we could just like enclose ourselves around.
Wonderful.
Or a
And you
mile
will set
away.
up camp over there, right?
I think Casario was
What?
talking about like we need to get a mile away.
A mile? Okay, yeah. So whatever that is.
Yeah, that's a little more.
Okay.
No good. Back it up.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
I actually don't see the token. I
It's
only see the glow.
0.025.
Well, that's weird.
Oh.
I see. Hang on. Let me fix that for you.
We could go theater of the mind.
There it is.
Beautiful.
And you are indeed moving away from it. You want to set up a camp, right?
We want to find a defensible position that we can make a temporary camp, maybe stay the night.
So moving away from the castle itself is basically on the highest peak of this set of mountains. If you're going away from the castle and you're following the grounds, there's not a lot of places where you can defensively put up a camp, but you can make a bit of a camp on the side of the road in a rocky outcropping, basically. Depending on if you want to make fire or whatever, you will still be visible, but at least you'll be away from the castle.
We have a Casariel and a tiny hut.
We have a hut.
We also have a hut.
Indeed.
And that definitely helps.
I think we will find like a rocky outcropping that is a little bit into the mountain
Get some
as much as we
firewood.
can, and then
Have a
and
comfortable.
pull up.
And I will cast. Well, is it time for us to go to sleep? Because it's only 8 hours, so I want to wait until we're actually about to go to sleep.
I think
do that.
we actually have to.
As we leave the castle, the further we get away, the more of the sky we can see. Can we tell around what time it is?
Yeah, as you are moving away from the castle, the time of day reverts back to what it is, and it is easier to spot that it's currently still daylight out, but you would guess that it is getting towards evening. But you would have a couple of hours of daylight left.
Do you think we should
Do
move
you
until... Sorry, go.
Yeah. Do you want to just keep going until we eventually get there? Get to like nighttime.
Do you think we
I
can make
I
it all
just
the
don't
way
want to
to a
traverse
civilization?
the land.
Do you think we can make it to
I think that-
civilization before nightfall?
I think the closest thing to civilization would be the village of Barovia, which would be backwards as opposed to forwards.
I don't think... Can we travel down? Is there a path? Or are we talking about mountain climbing?
This is a path that you're following.
But I'm referring to Carla. If we were to go backwards up the path towards the castle, I don't think there's any path to Barovia in that direction.
The
No,
village?
it is a steep way down.
Okay. I mean, the dust mill is probably the
Wait,
closest thing
can you
after this,
still
as I point
fly?
out in the map. Yeah, I do have a spell slot left to do polymorph. I will.
I could, before we go, I could possibly take a peek at Irina.
Wow.
Or listen in to see how she is, but not if we get too far away. Actually, let me just check really one thing. That's clairvoyance. I have to be within a mile.
Yep, which you are.
Scrying. Ugh, a focus worth at least 1,000 gold pieces. I don't think I have that. So
No.
I
Yeah.
do.
so you
I have
do.
1,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
Oh, do we have a...
well, you have
focus
a.
for that?
It has to be it
Oh.
has to be either a
Okay.
bolt. Hold on. It has to be a crystal ball. Which you've got a crystal ball.
I have a crystal ball, yeah.
But is it worth 1,000 gold pieces?
Up to the DM.
No, it isn't.
There you go.
It definitely isn't.
Okay, well that's okay because clairvoyance. I mean, it's not as good, but clairvoyance, I could. When I cast a spell, I choose seeing or hearing. I can choose the chosen sense through the sensor, as if I was in. I could look as if I was in that space, and I can switch between seeing and hearing, and it's for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And that's which one did you say? Clairvoyance or
Clairvoyance. Yeah.
okay, whatever you want to do. If you
Well-
want to stop here at the mile and do it, then that is entirely up to you. And then we can
Papa, would I be
fly
able
the
to
rest of the
cast
way.
that? Because it says a focus worth 100 gold pieces. That's no worries, but either a jeweled horn for hearing or a glass eye for seeing.
So the glass eye you actually have within your party.
Yeah, John has one.
That's a good point. The focus I use to pull Stoker from the shadows is actually the
It doesn't consume it.
bejeweled eye.
No,
Yeah,
it does not.
If you ask him for it, he'll give it to you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
this is where the spell is like it is hinting at something, but it isn't necessarily stating it. The spell sort of hints at the fact that you should have a jeweled horn for hearing or a glass eye for looking. But that's not how the spell says it. So I would feel that if you have either or, you can use this spell and switch between the two.
I will say I have a Sangor horn and I've got a fuck ton of jewels.
That would work too. But like, let's. I'm willing to allow it with the glass.
Which allows me to see and hear for 10 minutes, but I can't do it until the morning. So we can do it now, or we can decide we don't really care about that much, and we can move on. I think it's maybe a 5th level spell.
I think
check that out.
If it is a possibility, Carla will absolutely stop the party where it is and insist we set up so that we can get that in the morning.
Okay.
So what is it you guys want to do? You want to set up camp over here so you can do clairvoyance?
We can't do it till the morning, so we have to sleep first.
Right. So you want to set up camp over here?
Yeah.
Or was flying to Barovia an option? We haven't been there in a while.
I think it's more than a mile away, and the way that her spell was worded.
Oh, you have to be with it. Oh, okay. Understand. So yeah,
we can go there and come back in the morning. I mean,
I don't think that would be.
You're right. What are we doing? No, let's do that. Let's go to Barovia. Let's see what's there.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. There's just something about hanging out near the castle that's making me.
Oh, I fully understand.
Because I can fly again in the morning and get us here fairly quickly. Okay. I will polymorph into a giant eagle and pick up Casariel, like ride my back and pick up John by his shoulders and head off towards the village of Barovia.
Perfect.
And
in that case,
I am Daenerys Stormborn, but on an eagle, not a dragon, but it's almost as cool.
I imagine John's just getting carried in the talons. I hate this.
Yeah.
We'll swim for Barovia,
so
and if it's
looking like all bulky in his plane now. And Casario's like,
yeah,
majestically.
I just love this. This is perfect. Alrighty, so you arrive in the village of Barovia that you haven't been in for a long while, and you're plopped dead in the center of the town.
Okay. Set up in the inn. You know, has it been more than a week? I did pay for a week.
It's been a little longer than that, Carla.
Gosh darn.
In the inn.
What about Ismark's house? We might want to check up on what's going on with them, just in case Arena comes back, and we need to make sure everything's in order.
Bad idea. Do we want to stop to the church? Oh, I mean, do we want to? In the morning. We can do it in the morning.
Yeah.
I think it's not a bad idea.
Should we see Lady Vogta?
She's at the right.
Am I the right place?
I think she's in Vallaki.
Yeah. She's in Vallaki currently. Got the burger.
I just wanted to make sure
apparently.
that John remembered that. That's all.
Right. She might have a sect of her cult here. Should we go by the store and see if they have anything that we might need?
Okay.
Fancy a bit of shopping, do you?
Well, Carla's always got her eye on something, I imagine.
I'll take out the 900 gold that I have and I'll hold it out for them. There you go.
I don't.
Are you feeling all right?
That's
one moment, John. Carla just offered us gold.
Divine sense. Is she Carla?
Good call. Very good call.
I'm indeed.
Obviously, something's wrong.
Right. But honestly, actually, I'm going to go ahead and use Divine Sense. Is there anything within 60 feet that's bad?
Not behind total cover? Nope.
Okay. What? Okay.
Who are you and what have you done with our friend? Tell me immediately.
Well, you said you wanted to pay. I wasn't going to give it away for you forever. I said you could use my wallet, you know.
Well, I thought you might.
I trust you to spend my gold well, you know. Mostly just because you don't spend it. So if he wants to go shopping, I mean, I have to encourage it.
I look down at the lightsaber and the shield of insanity, and I'm like, I think I'm good.
Good. Okay. Good to know. I will pop that back in. I think we should set up here and keep an eye. I know that like Ismark's house would be nice, but it's a little bit away from the graveyard, where this is probably closer to the graveyard, right?
Yeah. The Burgomaster's Mansion is towards the south, and the church is towards the north.
Yeah. It's probably in between, right?
Yeah, in terms of yes.
And we haven't seen that Parade of the Dead. If you get a chance to have a look of it, see what it is, and then sleep. Well, that's what I would like to do.
I'll take whatever watch is not within that time.
Okay, I'll take that watch then.
All right, I guess, so what, are we staying at the inn?
Yes.
All right.
Let's stay at the inn. It's a good way to know as well if there's any, interesting characters walking through town. And also, I want to sleep in a nice bed. I'm so sorry, but it's been a little bit of a while. I want to sleep in a nice bed.
I'd like a
There she is.
I'd like a nice drink in this place.
Mm.
As you go into the inn, you notice that most of it looks like the way you've left it a little while ago. It seems that Arik is still tending bar. It seems that the three ladies, the Vistani, are still running the place, or at the very least still hanging around here. And you notice that the very few patrons that the place has are tending to their drink. As you come in, Arik doesn't look up. He's just cleaning the glasses.
Hey, Eric, remember us?
Hello? You know how I
Hi.
paid for a room for the week and then we didn't stay here a week? Is there any chance we could have the room? Just,
No, week's over. You want to pay, you can get the room.
Alright. Here you go, and I'll slide over the amount that it is. For one night.
Not a week. Okay.
Not a week now.
Silver.
Awesome silver.
Yeah.
Wine or beer or really anything to eat or drink, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So, and he looks up from his glass and he looks at the three of you. You're the heroes of the Wizard of Wines, aren't you not?
Right, yes.
You know us?
Yeah. You guys helped out the winery. Made sure that wine could be delivered again. Right?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah. So that family is dead. And there's no more wine coming here, so it's just water, I guess. Got a bit of wine, but it's expensive. Not a lot left.
We'll
Nope.
take 3 glasses for our room of water.
Alright. It's 3 copper, I guess.
Carla will
Eric,
toss over. Sorry, go on.
has anyone ever told you? You're very... She glances to Carla and John for help because she wants to say something that's pretty rude, but she
Stiff.
doesn't want to, kind of.
Lifeless?
Very relaxed. Yes,
Hey,
relaxed.
are the ladies behind us, are they drinking anything that looks alcoholic?
They don't seem to
here
be
we
drinking
go.
wine.
Ladies' man over here.
Well, no. All right, he was looking over to see if they're drinking something that he was going to be like, I'll have what they have.
They are drinking something, but you can't tell if it's wine.
I'll have what they had. What are they having?
Water. That's cool.
Right?
Listen, Eric, don't you want more people here? Don't you want to liven the place up? A bit.
No?
More people means more cleaning. It's fine.
Yes, but more money as well.
I don't care about money.
You don't. What do you care about?
Not much.
Yeah. Right. Well. What if I jumped on your bar and broke every bottle on here? Would you care about that?
You jump on what now? Oh,
I'm just gonna slide a bottle or a glass or something, whatever's on the desk on the bar top. I'm just gonna slide it slowly, like where he has a chance to stop me. And if not, I'm just gonna break it on the ground.
he doesn't stop it. So you slide the cup from the table and it hits the ground and it doesn't break because it's wooden, because this is really a rundown bar. And he looks at the wooden cup that just plops on the ground and spills some water. And he looks at you and he says, "It's very heroic of you. Do you want a room or not?"
We'll take the room. Casariel! I can't. Casariel, get in here.
Are you okay,
I
Eric?
cannot believe this.
Yeah. It's fine.
Bewitched?
And I pick
Want
up
some
the glass.
pies?
Are you drunk?
No.
What? Pies?
Wait, pies. Do that?
Yeah.
Where do you get the pies from?
My wine supply line has been cut off. My pies supply line has been cut off. The wife's been trying to make them. They're not good, but you can try them. They're silver. You want them? One is with mostly rabbit meat, and the other one is the pie of the day. I don't know. It's food. Do you want it?
I look at in my bag at the sort of semi-stale rations that we have. I'm like, I think we're fine.
Okay.
Brutal.
Bye, Eric. You're bye.
As
Yeah.
John comes closer, I'll be like, what is up with her? Not over to Casariel. And as I'm saying this, I'm like dumping the like water out of the glasses and like getting ready to like take the wine out of my bag to like pour it in instead.
Sariel just picks up the glass that she put on the ground and puts it on the bar top, and then eyes him as she heads to the room.
I just think she's frustrated, and I can understand why.
I mean, taking it out on a customer service person, though, I mean, real sort of indication.
You notice that Eric follows you, Casario, as you pass him, and he follows you with his eyes for a little while longer, and then he returns to cleaning his glasses.
Any life in there, you know? I want to see if there's any life in there. If I can anger him or make him excited or anything.
Do you say that out loud or just like within the party?
Yeah, I'm already inside the room.
Fair enough.
Oh, yes. I mean, I don't think, honestly, I don't think anything could shake him. I think he might be one of those things, right? They're like, what, why can I not remember Strahd's brother's name?
With no soul?
Sergey.
What Sergey was saying, that there's some souls that get trapped up there, and some that get cycled through, but more often than not, because there's such a limited supply whenever a new child is born, it's like a roll of the dice, whether or not they have one.
I remember Vladimir was saying something about not saving people because they had no souls. He was...
We'll save them, but I don't think there's much we can do to change what they are.
Perhaps not.
Just seems like such a strange profession for someone so calm.
Easy to...
It's probably a good one.
Anyway.
You know, to be calm. When, you know, people get drunk. And as Carla's saying this, she's like pouring out the wine for each of them and handing them a cup. I'm busting out the dragon smash or whatever the hell it's called. Like
Red Dragon Crush.
Red Dragon Crush, yeah. And being like the good stuff and handing them out. And I'm going to flip open the like trunk and kind of settle in with the like bedding in there again to curl up for the night.
Can
I plot myself in there.
Sorry, you say you can talk to the dead, or was that Carla? Did you say you can talk to the dead?
I can talk to the dead. Well, I can't. There's two different types of ways to talk to the dead. I can only talk to the dead if they want to talk to me. I think Casariel has a spell that makes them talk to her. They have to answer 3 questions.
Can you talk to a dragon?
As Casariel was handed her glass, she just like go. She's like glancing at both of them over the rim, like she's just tips, completely drains it all, slams it on like the nearest surface. Speak with the dead. Yeah, no, I can. I think I have 5 questions. And I don't see why I couldn't speak with a dragon, although I've never spoken with one before. Let's try it. Fill it up. Don't be stingy. I've got another bottle if you need it.
I'll just uncork another bottle and hand it to her like a fresh one and be like, there you go.
That's not a good idea. She'll just drink out of the bottle.
Okay.
Did you want some? I'll fill your guys' glass up first and then just
I
drink
have
out of the
my
bottle.
glass. John's
Carla has Carla's like an open bottle that she was giving to all of us, and then she just pulled out another one for you because she has like 8 in her bag.
It sounds like you guys are going to drink yourself into a stupor. And then
It sounds like we should be okay. This is not John, but it sounds like we should be selling these. Never mind.
We don't need the money. All it does is spy on
point.
us. We now have your plate armor. We're good.
That's true.
We don't need the money. All it does is spy on us. That caught me off guard.
That's why she was trying to give it away. All right, it's Kala. It's Kala. That it all makes sense now.
I divine sense again. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm done.
I mean, could you sense technically the ghosts in me? I'm not too sure.
So are you guys taking a long rest at this point?
I think before we do, are we gonna try to talk to a skull?
Argonfrost? Mm-hmm.
I would love to do that, but sadly, I have to prepare that spell. That's another one of those that I didn't quite have prepared.
Let's take a nap.
No.
All right. It is a wonderful choice that you have went here to take your rest, and as such, you are safe from any intervening on your long rest. So you can take your long rest, and while you're doing that, you guys level up.
Let's go. Let's go.
That means that you guys are going to level 12. Yes, you're getting there. You're getting there. So for the next session, because we're about at the end for today, you guys can prep for level 12.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, I believe you guys are getting a couple of cool
big ones.
Level 12.
So that concludes today's session. Next week, we will see where you guys are headed from here. But I imagine I know where you guys are going. Oh, there are a couple of different options. But let's see what you do with your new, freshly acquired level 12 as you dive deeper into the conclusion of the world of Barovia. I'm wondering where you guys are going. I have like 3 or 4 ideas, but I'm not sure. So you guys are free to pick.
This is probably abusing the power of it. In the YouTube comments, I need some suggestions on what we should ask a dragon. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. That might be abuse.
That's actually a good idea.
Okay. Give us some suggestions. What should we be asking?
Put it in our
Argonfrost?
Discord. You can drop it in any of our social media.
Mm-hmm. Tweet us.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
For this time only, I will allow it. Another amazing session. Guys, you did so wonderful roleplay there. You really kept me on my toes with a couple of things where I totally had to improv, and I loved it. You did absolutely wonderful. And
you took it in stride. Amazing DM, by the way. Thank you so much to our amazing DM for running these sessions and all the prep work that you do that goes into behind the scenes. Everything you're doing for this and our next campaign. I'm so excited. This is going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it with love, and it helps to be playing with with people that just like know what they're doing. It really helps. All right. This was a wonderful session. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week with episode 46 of The Curse of Strahd, and we'll see where the characters go then. Thank you so much. I'll see you around.